right, everybody, it's Capes and Cowls. We got Avengers Doomsday. There's some promo art that is taking a look at Robert Downey Jr.'s comic accurate Doctor Doom mask. And I'll tell you what, not really a rumor. I got a confirmation that one of these is pretty legit. So there's also a rumor that Marvel Studios has some unique plans to market Avengers Doomsday heading into 2026. Paramount, that's Skydance deal. We talked about it yesterday. We'll go over it a little bit more today and what that means for DC more. So we covered the overall deal yesterday, but it's more so about what does that mean for DC. And we're going to go a little bit off of the comic book path here today and go more into the anime side because Demon Slayer is going to be such a big movie. And so we're going to discuss that a little bit, $35 to $70 million projected debut here. So we'll discuss that and more. Tons to discuss, tons to think. A little announcement up top, and we will start it all. Now, I don't have an updated intro, so don't say it. You'll say it anyway, but here it is. Here's the intro. Here is Capes and Cowls. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kristian Harloff Show here today. It is Capes and Cowls on this Friday. You're joining me, as always, on Friday for Capes and Cowls is one Winston A. Marshall.
What up?
And now the little announcement right up top. The newest member of Capes and Cowls to join us every Friday here, Kris Carr. Hello, Kris Carr.
Hi, everybody.
Nice to have you.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be here. I'm so excited.
Very excited. Very excited. The audience is excited too. You guys held the fort down last week. Where the hell was I? What was I doing last week? There's a reason I couldn't.
I think you had a screening.
You had a screening.
Yeah. What the hell did
you saw the Paul Thomas Anderson one,
Oh,
right?
that's right. That's absolutely right.
yeah.
Yeah. I did my out of the theater, released that on it was embargo on it. You're absolutely right. And I have to miss the show on Monday. I got Dan Merle and Roca doing the show on Monday because I got two screenings. I got that what the hell is the shoot? I've got is it Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie movie. That's at 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And then in the morning, I got that the Luca, Julia Roberts, Andrew Garfield movie at 10 a.m. So after the hunt. So that's gonna be
with the controversy on the interview and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was. But you know what's funny about that now is because of this shows you now because what really doesn't matter. The typical answer of no press is bad press, right? Or all press is good press, because that is a perfect example of a ridiculous thing for people who don't know what's happening. Basically, I was sitting there with Julia and Andrew Garfield, and there was a question about the times now and the term of Black Lives Matter and everything else that was going on in the world and what was important about it now. However, the reporter, for some reason, says this question is for Julia and Andrew, and you could see Io's face. She's like,
Julia too, and Andrew, all of them, like, huh? like Julia even gave her a shot. She said, "Do you want to ask it again? Like, I can't see your eye.
You don't know who you're talking to. Can you take the glasses?" But that thing, and by the way, and the way that she handled the stuff was incredible. In that she said, "I'm going to answer it, even though it wasn't directed at me, and it probably should have been directed at me. I'm going to answer it." And because of that, the movie, and like you said, I can't even tell you how many people have said, "Oh, that movie." Now people know about that movie.
I literally had never heard of that movie until that came out. So
wow. You guys,
I love that in that moment too. Andrew Garfield was like, "I'm gonna sit back because this is not for me in any way, shape, or form."
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I know everything Julia Roberts is doing. You married a woman that looks as close to Julia Roberts as a civilian as possible.
Right. No, but I had brought that up though, that point, that because the fact that people now are speaking about it is good either way. And all the there's another one that came out that I heard about through the festivals, Christy Martin story that Sydney Sweeney is playing. Did you guys see that trailer yesterday, Kris?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah. I think it looks actually promising, which I'm still trying to get on the Sydney Sweeney bandwagon for acting, because I haven't really been blown away by anything with her, and I'm trying to just give her
This
a
trailer got me
chance.
on board. This
She
trailer got
seems like she does a really good job in
Yeah.
this. This one seems promising.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I didn't have
Every time she gets great reviews and other things, I'm like, I don't know if we're a big fan of her acting as much as her face
only
and
reference-
looks.
yeah, the only reference I ever got or know it from her I mentioned is Madam Web. So that's not fair, but that's the only
No.
thing.
Oh man, she's trying so hard in Madam Web too.
Yeah, it's not her fault. That movie's
Yeah.
its own fault. But I know the story of Christy Martin very well and knew her very well. And the first thing I said, and I mentioned this in the show yesterday, was like, oh, come on, she's not gonna look like Christy Martin. And then I said, shut up, stupid, because within seconds you're like, oh, okay, she's going the Charlize Theron kind of monster route here, meaning just transformation of self and saying,
Yeah.
I'm not going to just be that pretty celebrity. I'm going to put myself in it, and it certainly looks that way. So we'll see. Anyway, we've got some stories here today, and we're going to dive into the world of comic book movies. And we're going to start with a pretty big story in general, and that's about Doomsday. So let's get to it. Let's talk about Doomsday. And Doomsday promo art offers a HD look at Robert Downey Jr.'s comic accurate Dr. Doom. Here you go. Okay. So Josh Wilding, one and only, says, following our first look at Avengers Dr. Doom at the Walt Disney Studios Marketing Expo in Shanghai, an HD version of the promotional artwork has hit social media. Now we can see some of the finer details on Victor Von Doom's costume, including runes that pay homage to the villain's immense magical powers. There's a reason he's currently the Marvel's Universe's Sorcerer Supreme on the page. Many fans are convinced that Doom has Shang-Chi's 10 rings on his arm, and those are Kamala Khan's bangles. They were set to have ties to Kang the Conqueror. As multiversal artifacts his variants had scattered through time, it's possible we'll see Victor similarly gather those to increase his power. Marvel Studios has nailed the design, and it's clear now that Doom is no Tony Stark variant. Well, it's hard to shake the feeling that there will be some link between the character. Why can't Robert Downey Jr. play another MCU character 7 years after bidding farewell to Iron Man? Tony Stark may be behind Downey, but he'll reprise his role as the Armored Avenger away from the MCU for Disneyland's Stark Flight Lab attraction. Talking to that at South by Southwest this past March, he reflected on what the character has come to mean. He says, 17 years I've been associated with an iconic superhero, but it's the message that he represents that I'm grateful for. Tony Stark opened my eyes wider to power technology has to impact the world for good, and that's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my days. During the rounds to promote Netflix's The Electric State, filmmaker Anthony Russo revealed how Downey is approaching his new role as Doom. He said he's writing backstory, costume ideas. He just really loves rich three-dimensional characters, and I think he sees a real opportunity. Here's a picture there. And so what I've heard, as I mentioned up top, that again, there's no rumor to it. This is the official promotional art. So clearly looks exactly like it. I've also heard a while ago the two masks that were coming in as one of them. And it looks pretty damn accurate. So it looks pretty intimidating. I'm telling you also, and I'll tell you guys this too. I am very, very confident we are not going to see Downey's face much in this first movie.
Probably not.
Yeah. But Kris, what do you think of this art? Does it match up to traditionally? Thoughts on all this? What say you?
Yeah, I love how this looks. I love a comic accurate Doom. And I don't know why for so long we've tried to make him, I don't know, less of what that is. I mean, he's basically Darth Vader with a different cape. And I love that look. I think it's rad. He's a powerful guy. He wields magic often, who's really, really brilliant. I mean, I love seeing him look like he does on the page. I also like these other tie-ins too, to the idea of him like using the rings or other things like that, because it's making those post-credit scenes make sense. Why did we have to learn about them emitting beams out into the multiverse and resonating with everyone? Why was it a big enough deal that, Banner and Marvel and all these other people had to come talk to him? So I love that we're finally taking some of these loose threads that have felt like spaghetti at a wall for years and going, no. There is a plan. We are doing something with it. But most of all, I just love how he looks. And I do, like you said, hope that he does not take the mask off often. I hope that is on so often, because I do think it's still, for your average movie going audience, I still think there's a little bit of a distraction or a why as to why Robert Downey Jr. is being this part. And I'm sure they'll justify it in the movie, or I hope they do. But I know at least my go-to for people who don't know about comic movies to talk to them and see how they're feeling about it are to check in with my parents. Iron Man is my dad's favorite movie, and he knows nothing about the comics.
Wow.
And so this casting news super confused him. And so I think it will help to just separate the character out a little bit of, yeah, it's the same face. Yeah, it's the same looking kind of guy, but it is a very different person. And having that mask on will literally just help separate that character so the audience can suspend their disbelief a little bit more and jump in and give Downey the opportunity to step into this role fully.
I totally agree with you. And Winston, I think that what it does also, as they said, it will eliminating the fact that it's a Stark variant, I think is a good idea, because I think that makes it a little bit more confusing, especially to casual fans who are going to step inside of the theater to watch this for the first time. But I think that by allowing him to put that mask on and be menacing in the way that Kris Carr just said, like a Vader type for the entire time, and you reveal his face later on down the line after he's caused just a pure kind of menace throughout it, it's a kind of a bigger impact, especially if you can explain it well enough. But what do you think? And explain to me, why does this guarantee? Because they say that we pretty much got a guarantee now that he's not a variant. Why?
I there's a theory that's been bouncing around in my head for a minute here, because the whole thing about Doom, obviously, like, there's a point at which he fixes his face and all that, but again, had his face, gets super messed up in whatever said experiment, so he puts the mask on, and you know, that becomes a part of his psyche, right? So what I'm thinking might end up happening is he looks like somebody else completely different, and if we ever see his origin, and they maybe show somebody different if we do whatever said origin, but once he actually comes to this planet, to this particular dimension, if he just Doom, being as calculated and as plotting as possible, could, in theory, because he's more than smart enough to do this, and because he's gotten his face fixed before, could have some sort of tech to make himself look like Tony to confuse people. And especially because you end up in a scenario where they're aware of the multiverse now, so the idea of a variant, so maybe they think it is, but it's just a Doom plot. I actually think that that might be a better way to go about it, and that Doom just came up with a good idea to manipulate people versus this is an evil Tony Stark, if that makes sense. So, like, then that way you can explain why Robert Downey Jr. is somehow playing this role, but you are not spitting in the face of the idea of that emotional death.
Sure.
You're just Doom using an evil plan to specifically pull one over on somebody.
Yeah. Well, I also think that we can get, sorry, Winston, but I also think that we can get a more emotional moment if he's wearing the mask the whole time, and the first time he takes it off, Tom Holland sees it, and when that goes down, like you said, so it could be like a really powerful moment. I agree.
Oh yeah, I love that theory, because then you get that sad, oh hey Dad, I mean Mr. Stark, I mean oh no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's and think about it, that art did very clearly kind of look like the bangles and the 10 rings. I actually thought that was, so if he knows he also needs those, you know, those two cosmic items to pull off whatever his plan is, what's an easier way to be like, hey, you guys are having trouble figuring out what it is? I'm Tony, man. I can help you, whatever.
Right.
I'm not actually Tony. Screw you guys. Screw your planet.
Right. So it's more so, and again, just to reiterate, so it's more so like he's stealing the body of,
almost like I know you still haven't seen the thing, but like, yeah.
No, I have seen it. I saw
you eventually saw it.
Yeah,
okay.
like 4 years ago. Yeah.
But yes, just to doppelgang it and just to take advantage of the fact that they would not be caught, to just get them vulnerable. That's it.
Right.
Not because he actually is a Tony variant and then making that a whole thing, just a means to manipulate. But Doom is Doom, and if anything, that's about as evil as it gets. Is you're literally convincing these other heroes to do your bidding. Doom loves doing stuff like that, so I think that actually might work.
I'm excited to see it. That's a good. I would much rather, to be honest, I would much rather him taking over a body or something along the lines than as opposed to being a variant. I just think that's just it's lazy at this point. I think I like the idea of him having to be a different person just in a different body. That would be great. But Kris, you pull the same type of theory there? You think that this could be him taking the body would be the best option, especially if they're pulling kind of from what the comics have done?
Oh yeah, give me Avengers does Face Off. I'm here
Yeah.
for that version.
Yeah,
That's great.
right.
That's
Right.
great. Because also in my headcanon, I always wanted Nicolas Cage to be Doctor Doom. So
Oh my
I'm just gonna kind of go, and that's
What's
our
everyone
homage to
doing
him.
here?
Yeah, would be great. Would be great. But I do think that's so truly evil, because the idea of somebody walking around in the skin of your loved one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sinister. Oh, that's so malicious and vile. And that's the kind of guy Victor Von Doom is.
Oh, 1,000%. But especially because I know the rumor was the reason he's doing this is supposedly because Cap deciding to have the life he wants is screwing up his universe. It caused incursions and whatnot. So I can't think of a better way to not only get what he wants, but to really stick it to him and be like, you know what you're never going to do again. And like, again, I think just he loves to press those buttons, but also be like, I am the only one that can fix this. You all, you think you can, but you do-gooders always screwed. I am the one. He has an ego on that guy. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the thing was that I like that Cap theory and everything too, because I've heard that quite often. The only thing is, again, I want to get a clear explanation because with timelines and all that, because when we see at the end of Endgame is that Cap has lived his entire life and he comes back and he gives the shield to Mackie. So it clearly has to be a different timeline that screwed it up. And they've explained that in the past, but they've got it to other people. They've got to explain it again because, all right, well, if Cap's normal Cap here, then that I guess Mackie never gets the shield. We never have that timeline where he's doing all that stuff because he never makes it to meet Mackie and Sebastian. So you've got to be able to, differentiate and say, there's no, that's a different timeline. And that's fine. Loki can explain it in the scene, but you can't just do you'll figure it out. No. Tell us, or it's going to get sloppy. Yeah. Okay. What do you guys make of the mask? What do you think? What do you think about the potential idea of where Doom can be, who he's going to be? Put your thoughts in. Or we're staying with Doomsday, starting to really get into it more about the mask, the rumors, the things that's happening. There's a new rumor about as far as how they're going to start marketing the movie. And this is the rumor from Comic Book Movie. Marvel Studios has some unique plans to market the Avengers Doomsday heading into 2026. I mean, he looks great. I mean, even that's I think that's the art, but it looks great. Marvel Studios surprised us yesterday with the first look at Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom, and we now have some very intriguing insights into how Disney intends to market the movie. Josh Wilden yesterday brought our first look at Avengers. Get out of here. You hear what I'm saying to you? Get out of here. Yesterday brought our first look at Avengers Doomsday, and that unexpected sneak peek might be a very deliberate move on Marvel Studios' part to build anticipation for its biggest and only not counting a certain web-slinging Sony Pictures co-production of 2026. The cryptic 4K Qual X account has proven itself a hugely reliable source for trailer and runtime leaks, and it has now shared some insights into Disney's plans for this long-awaited Avengers Endgame follow-up. Here's we can expect to be drip-fed bits and pieces of intel and various other teases over the next 9 months, with the marketing campaign really ramping up in the summer of 2026. Apparently, they want to market Doomsday like they did Endgame. Little, but huge, the insider explains, dropping small teases here and there, and then we're about 6 or 5 months away from the release. Then they'll aggressively market the film. They'll also leverage past films for a bit of the marketing drive as well. This lines up with what we've had since that big casting reveal. News of Ryan Reynolds joining the ensemble generated quite a bit of excitement recently. While we've since been treated to that Doctor Doom promo art, we don't know when the rest of the actors in the movie will be announced, but the anticipation among fans for that is already palpable. Kicking things off next summer also means that Marvel Studios can get a trailer in front of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Plus, it seems inevitable that the movie's post-credit scene will set the stage for the start of the Multiverse Saga's 2-part finale. That last part about leveraging past films is almost interesting and suggests that we're either getting re-releases or marketing campaigns that leaned heavily on the glory days of the Infinity Saga. It's not a bad way to win back moviegoers suffering from superhero fatigue. So there's more updates there. Okay, so if they do indeed market it this way, the way they did Endgame, I think this is the way to go. I think this makes sense because Winston, I think what it does is it keeps the movie in the conversation. And I can't remember. I don't think it was this show. I can't remember where it was, but I was in the show because I talked about it. I think it was with Roca. When it comes to Doomsday, and we've asked a bunch of different people, like, what are your most anticipated movies? Like, you know what? I'm not even thinking about Doomsday. Doomsday is like my third or fourth. And everyone would say, well, it's Spider-Man or something else. And I said the same thing. Myself and everybody who said that are full of shit. Everybody there, because this moment, because we don't have anything yet. We don't have anything yet. We don't have any trailers. We don't have any imagery. When you start to see this type of cast, when you start to see Doom, when you start to see the scale of this, it's quickly going to jump on people's most anticipated. Piecing it out like this and dropping the breadcrumbs, is this the way to go?
No, I think that it is. I think you don't want to go heavy-handed at the end. Like you can, but only because you've been building up. I'm saying you don't want to just all of a sudden we're 4 months out and then here's all the advertising. I think it would be very smart, similar to the chairs, because we saw we bring that up a lot. What the chairs did, not just numbers wise, but money wise for Disney, just to put that on the internet and have people watch it. So I think that would be smart. Now Kris and I did talk about this last Friday. And it's there's 4 movies coming out next year, superhero wise. It's Beyond the Spider-Verse, Supergirl, Doomsday, and the Batman 2. And we had actually and we kind of ranked it. And I'll be honest, and I still stand by this right now, but it was also based upon, like you said, what we had at the time. I actually said Spider-Man, then Supergirl, then Doomsday, and then the Batman. And that's just from the standpoint of, because the MCU has been a little hit or miss right now, I obviously care about this movie, but having read Woman of Tomorrow and kind of liking where they get, it felt like they really did start it off where it's supposed to go. I know you didn't like her little cameo, but you haven't read the story and whatnot. And how much I love the Spider-Verse films. That's why it's in that order. If MCU had never fallen off in any form or fashion, it probably would have been number 1. But for where we are right now, that's just where my feelings are.
Right.
But it doesn't mean it won't change.
When you made your list, by the way, the Batman part that was before it got pushed, right?
Before it got pushed, but because this was whatever that list came out from Comic Book Movie last week.
Mm-hmm.
We were covering that.
Oh, so. Last week? Well, it got pushed a couple weeks ago. So
let me double check, and maybe there's a 4th movie I'm confusing with it, but
either way, yeah, I get what you're saying. So yeah, I think that the marketing to me makes sense, and how they're doing it, how they're pushing it. Kris, you feel the same way?
Yeah, and I think to Winston's point, you can't just bombard us with stuff at the end. It needs to be this kind of insightful and well-planned crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to build to something, because if we just get this huge smattering where we're getting bombarded with advertisements at the end, that does play into the idea of that superhero fatigue of, but what are you building towards? What are you giving me?
Right.
And the great thing about the Infinity kind of promos and everything that they did, Infinity War, Endgame, all of those, is that you got these nice little tidbits that made you want more. It was a amuse-bouche for a film. All right. And that's what a trailer should be. It makes you want to go in there and get that plate, right? It makes you want to go dive in. And so that's what they need to do here. And I love this kind of procedure. It's really strong marketing. Oh my gosh, somewhere my dad is high-fiving 1,000 angels because I'm using my degree. It's really, really great marketing though, because you do want to give people just enough of a taste that they are intrigued, but we also don't want what we've seen in the past, where a trailer then tells us everything that's going to happen in that movie. And Disney in the past for these big events has been very smart with doing some, clever editing, moving some things around, not giving us the whole picture, but giving us enough that we know who our big bad is, what the plot points are, and what's at stake. And I think if you do that slow build over time, you do get people back on board. You remind them that Marvel movies are an event to go to. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to get things spoiled. You got to be in theaters to go see it. And I think that kind of approach is really what they should be doing for most things. I think Fantastic Four could have had a better time if we got that little smattering and then built and built and built.
And
because I know for
an event.
Yeah, because that was one of my things with that movie was I'm in this industry. I talk about this all the time.
Right.
Why am I not seeing more of this? So I'm glad they're going back to that.
What do you guys make of it? Should they do it this way? Should they just wait and say, no, put a trailer out here, trailer there, or should they sprinkle it this particular way? Put your thoughts in there. If it is during the live show right now, if it's on the replay, or if it is on a Clips channel, hopefully you're checking out that Clips channel, you're subscribed to that Clips channel, please and thank you. Okay, before we get to our next story, and we have a few, I want to tell you guys about both Car Gurus and Nutrafol. There you go. Shopping for a car, it should be exciting, not exhausting. Man, between misleading prices, hidden fees, it feels like a maze. This is what I love about Car Gurus. They rank the best deals, they verify dealers, and they make sure that you never pay more than you should. Your big deal, it just became a great deal. Car Gurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. They give you control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, the information, and data-driven deal ratings that you need. It's no wonder that SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That is cargurus.com. cargurus.com. Oh, man, I'm so happy Nutrafol is back. I love Nutrafol. I've been using Nutrafol because it's got to be 2.5 years now. It is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand and is trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting in your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF Content Certified, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. So a lot of supplements, they rely solely on ingredient studies. Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure that their efficiency uses a variety of hair measurement tools like hair counts and pull tests to access growth, quality, shedding, and texture. I remember when we got them years ago. Brett and I were like, all right, let's see. I'm getting older. Let's see if they can help us out. And boy, did they. It's been working amazing. You guys have been commenting on my picture that I posted last week on Instagram. You see what's going on. You got to see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. You got to go to Nutrafol.com. You got to enter that promo code Kristian. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. Nutrafol.com. But you got to use that promo code Kristian. That is Nutrafol.com, promo code Kristian. You will not be disappointed. Tell them we sent. Tell them we sent you. Please and thank you. The links are in the description. All right, guys, I told Steph yesterday, I tell you guys what you're going right now. You're at 11. We're at 11 questions thus far. You're got to go up against that a-hole at 95.
Which a-hole?
Me. I did the show by myself on Tuesday.
Not you paying yourself a bonus.
I know.
I can't wait till I get that text stuff. And the winner is me.
And the winner is suck it, a-holes.
You'll know if I won, you won't get a text.
Wow. But I also I figured it out. I was blending the 26 and the 27 list because we actually did both.
Yeah.
So the 26 list is Supergirl, Brand New Day, Clayface, and Doomsday.
Got it.
And I actually had Doomsday at the bottom of all of those because Clayface just sounded so interesting, especially after oh my god, the movie that Demi Moore just did.
The Substance.
Yeah.
The Substance. So between the Substance, just as how I feel about Spider-Man films, and then like I mentioned about Supergirl, it's not that I wouldn't be excited about Doomsday once they start the ball rolling, but just as anticipation, it's there. And then in 27, it was the same thing where Secret Wars was just near the bottom just because it was just intriguing to see the other stuff.
There's no hype yet. There's just no hype yet. The hype will be there for sure. So I get where you're coming from. One last shameless plug. This is one thing where, and I promised the last time I'm going to show this picture to you guys, but I wanted to talk to you yesterday about Ming. So if you guys have been watching the reactions, we have a lot of different reactions right now. We just released the weapons reaction with myself and Ming. This morning, we released the Dark Knight reaction with Sam, which is hilarious. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but so I had asked her about Nolan, if she'd ever seen the Nolan movies. And she's like, I don't think she's like, and I said, well, what about the Batman movies with Bale? She's like, I think I only saw the one with Heath Ledger. And I go, oh, well, that's the Dark Knight. You saw that was the only one you saw. She's like, yeah. And I go, what do you remember about it? She's like, oh, I just remember the scene with the hospital when he's walking out. Like, okay, so you probably have seen it. So we watched Batman Begins. She had no idea Morgan Freeman was in this franchise. She had no idea that Michael Caine was in this franchise. I'm like, did you see the second movie? She's like, I think so. So we're watching the second movie. She didn't see it. I said, you probably saw Instagram videos.
I was going to say, I think she saw a meme.
100% is that's what happened, because she didn't know anything what was happening. So we posted that today. Monday, Winston did his first one, and we have The Last Dragon coming out. Tuesday will be Dark Knight Rises. We've got Back to the Future 3. I got The Prestige. Kris is shooting her first one next week. So we got tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. So Ming and I were talking about it, and so the whole reason I wanted to make sure that I was getting healthier in my life, because as I'm getting older and my kids, and I was like, and I realized I was just not eating well. I was losing energy. I just was like, and I'm like, oh, I don't have the time. And I was like, well, I need to find the time. So I called my friend Ming, and I was like, listen, he's been working out for like 25 years. If you see the videos, you can tell the guy's built like a brick shit house. So like when we were, I said, look, I will dedicate the time. I'll make sure. That's why I moved the show originally to 2 p.m. Eastern, because I was meeting him out there. And since like February, I have been going 4 days a week, and he put me on a plan. And I posted this picture 2 days ago, and that was me on the left when I was like just starting out. And after working out with Ming, I got myself just healthier.
Bro, you're even 2 inches taller. Look at you.
I know. Yeah, he's got a calves thing that'll boost you up by 5 inches. But the point is that I kept getting people saying, "Hey, what is the routine?" And I was like, you know what? I talked to Ming about it. I'm like, would you? Because he's just so good at it, and he loves doing this stuff. I was like, what about a kind of virtual training where you can help out the audience that wants to get involved? And he's like, I want to do that. And actually, while we were talking about it, people were DMing him and saying, hey, what's the routine? Can I do it? And he's like, we're going to be setting something up. So Ming's going to be starting something up, and he's going to be doing like, workouts for people and getting them on diets. And if they choose that's what they want to do. And he knows all that stuff, the science of that was from February to now. Yes.
Which
I would love to be a guinea pig.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. But I also which one has Ming done for the review, or it's not gone up
He's
yet?
done 3. He's done he did weapons.
Wait, that's Ming?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was Matt Serra for some reason.
Everybody does. Everybody thinks it was Matt Serra or he did that, Naked Gun, and what was the first one he did? Oh, F1. So that's it.
Jack.
He is. And see, for me, I just told him, and you have to tell him what you want too. I said, I don't want to be just too skinny and ripped. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be too jacked. And a lot of people do want to do both of those things. I just wanted to get toned. And so he gave me healthy and eat healthy. So he gave me a really good routine. And it's funny though too, because I was talking to our friend who wanted to get into the gym. I said, what's funny is that you really have to force yourself at first. And at first it feels like, okay, I got to do this. And you get to a point where now if I can't miss, like I don't want to miss. Like it's part of it's like my lifestyle now. Like if I miss one of my days, I get like antsy. I'm like, I got to make it up. So that's it. So no, the people are asking why I'm in Ming. Ming is short for half of his last name. We're keeping him as just like it's like his wrestling name, but it's short for his last name. So that's it. So anyway, we'll have some more information on Ming's stuff really soon. We're gonna probably have it ready to go by his next reaction. So
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So let's get to another topic here. And there was a big story that hit yesterday, and that of course was the fact that Paramount is putting in a bid to buy Warner Brothers. Oh, you know what? I'm holding that for a second. I'm holding that because we were still talking about Doomsday, and there was something else that came out that they showed at the light show yesterday. I think we should talk about, stay consistent with it. Then we'll get to Paramount. Did you see this thing? What they showed, Kris, the Thanos thing?
I read about it. I haven't seen it.
All right, check this out. So there's a classic part of, like, I don't know which comic. You guys can tell me about it. I think it's
Secret Wars.
Is it Secret Wars that it happens? Okay,
Yeah.
so apparently they showed this light thing. So Dr. Doom killing Thanos was shown in Disney's Avengers Doomsday light show.
What?
This has to happen. And I know, and Brolin has talked about it and about coming back and everything, and with the Russos, he's going to come back, and he should, because you have to show how devastating Doom is. If Doom bitches Thanos, the audience, even the casual audience, knows how devastating Thanos was. So it's like we saw what essentially a variant of Thanos did when he came back, and what he did to freaking the Avengers, and he almost, he was gonna, his whole plan was like, oh, I see that the first time that wouldn't have worked, so you know what, I'm just gonna kill everybody now, not to half everybody. Like, this guy's gonna do it. So if Doom just kind of smacks him up, rips out his spine, we're gonna go, oh, okay, Doom's for real. They got to do that pretty quick, don't you think, Kris?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what we established with Thanos, right? He immediately comes in and kills the trickster god. No questions asked.
Like, smacks Hulk, smacks Thor, smacks all of the Asgardians, and then just snaps Loki's neck.
Everyone's just done. And you have to do that then. This is what happens too when you have very OP'd characters. You do have to keep upping the ante there. And to have Doom be this big, serious threat, taking down somebody like Thanos or somebody of that caliber, which really, I mean, we only really have Thanos of that caliber in Marvel right now. Galactus is off doing other stuff,
right.
Trying to steal babies and nonsense. But if you do have him come out the gate with something that intense and showing how powerful he is, that immediately does a great job of showing, not telling, how powerful this character is. Because that was always my issue with Kang. We kept hearing how powerful he is, kept hearing how scary he was, and there was no real delivery on that.
Right.
Whereas Thanos immediately comes in and wrecks shop. So Doom has to do the same thing. I want to see him be a badass. I don't want to hear about it.
What do you think, Winston? Same thing?
That is one of the most iconic moments. It was already pretty crazy for those that have read that iteration of Secret Wars. It was already crazy to see the stuff that Doom had produced and how a lot of characters have been manipulated. But that was Thanos coming in being like, you know what, I'm not going to stand for? This little scrub trying to tell me how I'm going to live my life. And Doom doesn't even flinch. It's not a fight. It is just murder. Like, he just literally just ripped it. And that's it. And so, like, it's so savage. I remember being in the theaters in Infinity War when Hulk comes in. Hulk gets like a good shot in, and then Thanos just messes him up, right? Because you remember Ebony Maw's like, he's like, he's like, let him have his fun, because Hulk is getting the punches in, and they're gonna go help him. He's like, no, let the master have his fun. And then all of a sudden he starts. Doom doesn't even do that. It's just an immediate. You're talking to boom. So you 1,000% have to include that moment. And I know that Thanos now has he died at the beginning of Endgame and he died at the end of Endgame, but that took both a weakened Doom from the stones hitting him, and B, essentially being out-tricked, like outmaneuvered to defeat him. If someone doesn't have to do either, they're just naturally able to whoop up on him like that, it immediately shows who's the king of the mountain.
I agree. And I think that what you what was it, Winston? We saw the it's like an AI thing that they did, and they essentially recreated that moment of everything you just said, because it was all familiar to me, because I'm sure that whoever did the AI thing would just ripped it right out of the comics, but it was devastating. I was like, oh my God, they have to do that. They have to do that. They have to do this scene where, because Thanos walks in with his schlong hanging out, going, oh yeah, I'm going to take this guy out, and then he just basically chokes him with it. So
put you and I because I remember one of the things that I thought was,
I was kidding, Kris, but I was this is like, did I read a different comic?
What did the AI do for you?
But I was just gonna say, because like one of the things about the original Infinity War in the comics, Thanos with the gauntlet was fighting everybody. He was fighting Celestials, he was fighting Galactus, he was fighting a bunch of different people and whooping up on them in that moment.
Yep.
And I think that you could do a similar thing here with Doom. We just saw Galactus and Fantastic Four. Yes, you did have Sue be able to kind of do this, but it took like everything to go down simultaneously to do that. If he's coming in and he can beat up Galactus and beat up Thanos and beat up all the people that are there, like I'm sure I have a feeling we might actually, if we don't get just a reference to Kang, we might get Kang for a quick scene just to eliminate the character. If we start watching him do things like that, then again, that will set the food chain differently.
Makes sense. And I guess now we got to hear from you guys. What do you think about that scene? Should it happen? Should it not happen? Leave Thanos alone? What do you think? All right, let's get to that topic that I brought up before. And that, of course, is the big news that Paramount has put in a bid to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery, including DC Studios. So this is a little bit more of that deal. Here it is. One moment, everybody. Okay. So Paramount Skydance is preparing a bid to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery and DC Studios. So yesterday, it was where the news came down, but Disney acquired 20th Century Fox. It seems another legendary studio will soon fall under another company's umbrella, as Paramount Skydance is preparing a bid to purchase Warner Brothers and DC. The Wall Street Journal has revealed that Paramount Skydance is preparing to make a majority cash bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. The Ellison family is backing these plans, and shares of Warner Brothers have surged by 30% since the news broke. It said that the bid will be for the entire company, including its cable networks like HBO and the Warner Brothers Pictures movie studios. DC Studios also falls under that umbrella, of course. This comes mere weeks after David Ellison's company Skydance bought Paramount Global for $8.4 billion. David is the son of billionaire Larry Ellison, and a Paramount WBD merger would be a game changer for Hollywood. Whether it would be for the best is debatable. The prospective deal highlights the escalating consolidation frenzy in the media landscape, with legacy giants scrambling to bulk up and bolster their streaming clout as TV audiences dwindle and content budgets soar. Following Paramount's merger with Skydance, David Ellison is on a mission to supercharge the company's cinematic lineup and streaming goals while slashing costs and revamping the faltering Paramount Plus platform. Ellison clan has been pivotal in bankrolling Skydance's growth. Industry insiders point out that snapping up Warner Brothers Discovery would likely demand hefty private funding, considering the deal's massive scope and the constraints of Paramount Skydance's financial reserves. What does this mean for DC and the DCU? It's far too soon to say, but Paramount is lacking on big money franchises, and down the line, we can probably expect some Transformers, Justice League, comic book crossovers. Yesterday, controversial Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav addressed the company's future and weighed on the chatter surrounding the streamers cracking down on password sharing. He said, "We haven't been pushing on the sharing and the economics yet. People are really starting to love HBO Max. That's the key. We want them to fall in love with our content, with our series, with the differentiated offering outside the U.S., and then over time, it's a little tricky with the password sharing. We're going to begin to push on that. I think our ability to raise prices as people become more and more in love with the quality that we have and the series that we have and the offering that we have." The executive also confirmed that he expects the planned separation of the companies to be completed by next year. We expect sometime in April that the companies will be split. Okay. Well, here's a question we didn't really discuss. And maybe you guys know the answer to this. Maybe all three of us going, I don't know the answer to that question. Let's say they do sell. And Chris, I'll start with you. If they do sell, Paramount sells or buys Warner Brothers, what does Zaslav do? Is he still employed with the company, or does he just go away?
He just gets to hang out on a mega yacht and live his best life.
Again, he gets to clone himself and do it again.
Yeah. He and his clone can just high five each other and then go on separate yachts.
Right.
I mean, maybe he'll stay on as a figurehead, but I'm not sure why he would.
Right.
Aside from if Ellis wants to do the kind of mentee mentor thing that Zaslav had established before, of doing his talking tour, of trying to get everyone who knew more about the industry or was wiser than him in certain ways and try to absorb their knowledge. Whether or not he truly absorbed that knowledge, who's to say?
Right.
But I do think overall, it makes sense. And Todd Spangler over at Variety did a great article on this morning about why would you go in and do this purchase now? And it actually does make a lot of sense to do this before WB starts splitting up assets so that other people get in this bidding war, cherry picking the best assets. If you get it at a whole, you really have an opportunity to get all those great things and really just land on having so many assets under your own umbrella in a time where, you know, our industry is so tumultuous. There's so much instability. There always has been in Hollywood, let's be clear. Right. But especially when you look at the movie industry and everything, people aren't flocking to movies anymore. Streaming is really what's dominating. So it makes sense to place a bid like this now so that you can get all the things you want and not be fighting with other people for the little scraps and leftovers. But I don't know, maybe Zaslav hangs out. Maybe he continues doing more cameos and Wizard of Oz nonsense at the Sphere. Who's to say?
I think he's done because I think that he was brought on to sell this for thing. I think
that's what it feels like. He's been chopping things up all the time. I mean, over on Campio, we would joke that it was the axe of Zaslav.
Right.
And he was constantly getting rid of stuff.
And he's building up his library to make it more sexy. And that's why, the reason why now, as you ask, well, they were probably saying and crossing their fingers, okay, Superman, do something. And Superman did something. You know, it's like, maybe it didn't make the $1 billion that they would have hoped that it made, but it still made, it went through that profit thing. It made 150 million profit over some, and then all the other movies that they have that have made profit, they're in a spot right now. They're having a legendary year. And that is the time to say, look at everything that we're doing right now. I think the executives will stay on. I think some of the people, some people will lose their jobs for sure. I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to be in the minority. I think I would much rather things be tightened down and not have Paramount plus HBO Max plus this, put it under one banner. That's to me, when it comes to why I care about budgets on movies, is because it affects the quality for me. But when it comes to, you know, the big studios owning one, I don't care. Just make stuff. And if you're going to make stuff, and then this guy, by the way, who's making all these deals, he was just announced at one point, they're going back and forth now, him and Elon Musk as the two richest guys in America. This is his Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, so where Elon bought Twitter, this guy's buying studios and doing stuff. And and maybe he's a big movie guy, maybe too. This could be a really good thing for the business, and it could be a disaster. But Winston, what does this mean for the history of DC? And because I don't want to see G.I. Joe and Batman.
Yeah, I don't really want to see that either. That sounds kind of dumb. I'll be honest. Like, I hate the idea of this. If you want to find a way to tighten up on all the streaming services, which they should have never decided everybody needed one in the first place, do what is going on right now. Like, HBO has a bundle deal with Disney that you get Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO, which also has a little bit of TNT. So essentially you're sort of making cable again, but I got that with ads for $16.99 a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you sell off your rights to whatever, get some sort of thing. The idea of combining studios, because that's where I'm focused. I'm not really as pressed on the streaming services, ultimately is not necessarily a good thing, just because you already mentioned the job loss. So that's already going to be an issue as it is. But then B, the amount of content does go down. I understand that we got a little blown out of control with the amount of streaming services you needed stuff to put on it. But think about when 20th Century Fox was bought, they were putting out on average somewhere between 15 and 20 movies a year. And now under that banner, they put out about 5. So what I'm concerned about is, obviously we want higher quality stuff. We're going to see a shrinkage of all different types of stuff. Cool. DC is now under the Paramount umbrella, and that's also where Transformers are. Well, okay, you're not going to get, not that I like the Transformers movies personally, but you're not going to get a Transformers and like 2 DC films. You're probably going to get one of each, or just one period. Like, you're going to see things get brought in. So for people that enjoy watching movies, this doesn't bode well, because there's a reason monopoly laws exist in the first place. You're supposed to want competition. So
Well,
I don't know, man.
it stifles creativity overall
does.
too, because when you have two studios kind of all smushed together and they all own this IP, it's just you only have a few executives now controlling that. And that means we're going to take less risks. We are potentially going to accelerate towards trends that are safe.
But Kris, depending on who the executives are, like
That's true.
You're not wrong that could be, but you could also get some executives that do take risks.
And I hope that's the case. I just worry that with the smaller number of people who are in there doing the creative bargaining, that they're going to limit opportunities. And maybe they'll take an A24 route and go, hey, everything that is going to be creative, weird, just nutso butso stuff, we're going to take an A24 approach and do low budgets and really focus on, practical effects and working within this kind of thing, or contained universes, not doing big franchise tentpole pieces. But I just do worry about the idea of limiting people because we have the same folks deciding what we're going to do with everything. And that's where I would hope that the layoffs would at least not take away too many key figures who would be promoting and championing new creative franchises or new creative things. I want people to keep giving us things like, everything everywhere all at once. I don't necessarily want another 17 Jurassic Parks.
Well, wait, here's another question though for you though, too, because this is something that we don't necessarily know. Does it mean, because I was thinking about like the WCW and the WWF back in the day when they merged, right? What did happen is actually what we're talking about. What I think that they should have done back then is WWF should have ran as itself. WCW should have ran by itself with WWF running it, but it should have just ran as a separate league, but they didn't. They turned it into one big thing and it got really sloppy, really messy. There was an invasion angle that was cool for a little bit, but they could have run two separate things with the same kind of money that they were using. Does Paramount do that? If this even happens, does Warner Brothers stay where it is? Do they run the lot with just Paramount running it and Paramount being part of it? Or do they just take everything and put it at the Paramount lot? We don't necessarily know, Winston.
No, and I 100% get that. I guess it would be smarter to do exactly what you said and let that still run on its own. We write your checks now, but do your own thing.
You live there. We're not taking away your home base.
I feel like you have to do it because look, we obviously, everybody here is into movies, and if you're watching or a part of the show, then you're into superhero stuff. There is no Batman without Joker, and vice versa.
Right.
Disney's
going to be their Joker though.
Which I understand, but Batman has a rogues gallery. There's something that he gets from the Joker and from fighting Two-Face and Mr. Freeze. You know what I'm saying? It having different, right? You have your primary rival, sure, but having the various ones that gives you a different level of growth, that gives you a different level of having to question yourself, improve your tactics, things like that. If you start limiting all the different things that you're dealing with, there is less room for you to expand and get better. So that's the one thing that, I'll never forget in college. I took econ like 101, and that's it. And it's what consumers love competition, but executives hate competition. Executives hate it because then they can drive the price to whatever they want. Consumers love it because it actively brings stuff down. So all we're going to do by doing this is, in my opinion, things will devolve a little bit more.
Look, we don't even know if it's going to happen. But the question is, do you guys think it should happen? I'm going to guarantee most people say no. I'm going to be my own little island over here. But I do wonder if it's even going to happen. We shall see. Put your thoughts in there, whether it is in the live chat, comment section, of course, the Clips channel. Hope everybody is subscribed to the Clips channel. Come on, show a little. Subscribe over there. Okay, I think that the last conversation that we're going to have today is a little bit off of the comic book world, and you guys talked about it a little bit yesterday. Look at Chris getting very excited here, and that, of course, is the Demon Slayer movie that is coming out. People love this Demon Slayer. The film is set for a $35 to $70 million debut. Crunchyroll, and God, it gets me hungry every time. And Sony Pictures opening the anime film Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle this weekend, and projections are all over the map. But one thing is clear: it's going to break a record. The film, the first in a planned trilogy ending the Demon Slayer franchise, is estimated to pull in at least $35 million domestically this weekend, according to the studio. However, Rival studios, third parties are indicating that number could go much higher, anywhere from 45 to 60 million, with some suggesting as high as 70 million. The film also has IMAX and PLF showtimes, which will boost its numbers. Either way, the film is on track to overtake the 31 million debut of 1999's Pokemon, the first movie as the highest opening ever for an anime film stateside. The difficulty in locking in an estimate lies in the nature of anime moviegoers. Attendees to these films often buy in advance and go as early as possible, with very little walk-up business. Thus, its Thursday night previews and Friday night numbers will be huge, but by Saturday night and Sunday, business will likely drop off and the film will plummet in its second weekend. The film has already grossed $273 million in worldwide box office thus far. That's pretty crazy. It'll come in ahead of The Conjuring Last Rites, which is expected to fall around 65% to a second weekend of 29 million. Downton Abbey, the grand finale, is projected to open in third at 15 to 20. This is what we predicted the other day, me and Broker. Followed by The Long Walk at over 10 million. This is Spinal Tap and the Toy Story 30th anniversary re-release in low mid single digits. Okay. So I believe that Kris Carr is the only one who watches this out of the three of us. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I need to. I've needed to for years.
Wait, because I think that what we'll do for your next reaction is me and you will watch the first 2 episodes of season 1.
Okay.
If anybody gives a crap, then we'll keep watching it.
Okay.
If not, then we'll run away.
Then we'll run away.
Yeah. But Kris, you are very excited for this.
Yeah.
What do you make of the number predictions? Will you be one of those? Do you have your tickets already?
Oh, I went and saw this yesterday.
Oh, and?
Oh, loved it. There is a third act slump where it drags on a little bit because this is like what they did with the Mugen Train arc. I know this means nothing to you guys, but so the Mugen Train arc, basically they took what would be several episodes and put it into one movie, and then they broke it up and released them episodically. That's what this is with Infinity Castle. The movie basically equates to about 7.5 episodes. So it's around 2.5 hours. It's really, really fun. The animation is gorgeous. It's essentially a whole bunch of big boss fights. And then we get some other story things. Kristian, were you still planning to go see this? Because I know before you were like, I'll go see this Demon Slayer movie.
No, I had a screening for it like 3 weeks ago. And I was telling the audience that I had a screening for it. I was going to check it out. And not only did they say, don't do that, the Steph said, don't do. Steph's like a hardcore fan. She loves it. And so Steph was like,
nothing will make sense. That I know, having watched
you would have been
plenty of anime.
So
confused. So and I already can tell from the second I walked out of the theater going, I think it's good. I don't know. And then people are like, well, why'd you see it, you idiot? You should have watched the show. So I was like, you know what? I'll watch a few of them with Winston. I'm sure we'll like it. But like what I can't do, especially when I watch shows by myself and some people watch it, it's like, okay, I'm just paying for the editor, it's fine. But if I'm paying Winston to be there to watch it with me, and I mean, like the Digital Circus one we did, and majority of that series, that we did the reaction, ate a big pile of shit. And I wound up paying both the editor and Tina and definitely lost money on it. However, I really enjoyed watching that series, and I'm going to see if it pays off when we watch the newest episode, because I think that we just were behind the times. Now, watching this now, and people are like, okay, check it out. Let's see if you like it, because everyone tells me I'll really like it. So to check it out, watch it with Winston. And then if people are tuning into it, then we'll keep doing it, but we'll take an experiment. And it's like, okay, well, if not, then we'll just move on to the next thing.
I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a great anime. It's really, really well done. It's, again, the animation is so beautiful. The fighting styles are so incredible. Everyone has a different technique. So there's this kind of like water breathing or fire breathing, and that's how they fight. And the animation around that is stunning. Yeah. This is my only hang up with people getting really excited about this, though, is theoretically, we're not going to get the next installment of this movie for about 2 years. Right. And this is from Annie Rave, and then Forbes reposted this. That's how I found out about it, is that they're saying that part 2, because it's supposed to be a trilogy that'll encompass basically a full season and conclude the series, is going to air in 2027. And then part 3 will air in 2029. Okay. And a lot of that is because they step up the animation so much for these. Right. And it'll make it so that Demon Slayer has taken a decade to conclude, which, in my opinion, officially makes you an anime. Are you even an anime if you didn't take 10 years for us to conclude your story? I don't think so.
Hey man, that is 1,000% Attack on Titan's fault. That is because there have been some solid one. Like, I mean, Death Note didn't take 10 years, and I love that anime. Like, it's one of the best. Cowboy Bebop didn't take 10 years. Like, I'm gonna hold you to Kris. You can't do that. Don't do that.
I'm looking at you, Dragon Ball. But so One Piece, all of these ones. But that delay though is something that I think could, slow down the momentum of other people really jumping into this particular anime. I'm hoping they release them a little sooner than that. Just my only experience around these is doing dubs, being a dub actor. And I know that you can do these kinds of things, like get your season out in a single session or two, because you're recording on your own, because you're doing the match to the mouth flaps and everything. So dubbing wise, to get this in the States for people to watch it in that way and consume it that way, that's really easy and accessible. It just feels like the animation is so intense that they're really staggering these out. But it's really beautiful. And I think this is a really great kind of gateway show too. Again, anime always has something for somebody. If you were somebody who's into like high fantasy, samurai films, demons, zombies, that sort of thing, avenging your loved ones, this show has a lot of stuff. And then it also has some funny, silly anime tropes too.
Okay, so there you go. Demon Slayer, you guys going to be checking it out? You think it's going to do very well? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. And if Winston and I do watch the first 2 episodes, how long are they, Kris? The episodes normally?
Episodes are usually about 30 minutes.
Okay, so Winston and I probably watch like 2 or 3 of them. And maybe we'll do episodes like 1 to 3 or something in one video. We'll see. Either way, would you watch it? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, it's the moment of truth. It's time for some questions here today. But before we do that, Kris Carr, what's going on with Two Filthy Casuals? Tell me.
Ooh, we just released our Emmy episode where we're talking about that everything is up for your consideration, but also for Amy to consider television because she hasn't seen anything. So we're talking about the different shows that are nominated, the different actors that are nominated, and going through kind of who probably will win, who I think should win, etc. So go check that out. We also have a Patreon where you can go get tons of other episodes from us. Amy talked about seeing all the different Jaws movies. We've got one coming out on the 2015 Muppets series, that sitcom that was a mockumentary. So we've got a lot of fun stuff going on. And then as always, if you guys are interested in voiceover, head to speakfriendstudio.com and you and I can work together to work on being a voice actor to get you doing auditions and working on your craft. So check that out. Or if you want to learn dialects, that's what my husband covers.
Fair enough. Winston A.
You can find me at the Swaggy Blurred on all platforms. Blurred Breakdowns on Monday, the pop culture show for when you need to know, see what had happened was. Spill the Tequila over on the John Roca channel on Tuesdays. Coming this Wednesday, Blurs in the Hood is back. We're back twice a month on Wednesdays, so you can check that out, youtube.com/Blurs in the Hood. Obviously, the reactions with Kristian here on Capes and Cowls, and then I've got reactions on my channel dropping as well.
Well, there you go. All right, everybody. Let's get into it. Let's see if these guys can beat that ultimate doom a-hole, me. Okay, 31 thus far as we start. Joshua Spencer would love to see some reactions to good 90s action movies, such as Face Off. Winston, you ever seen Face Off?
No.
Oh, all right.
It's so fun.
I've seen The Rock. I have not seen Con Air or Face Off.
Okay, so here's what a fun thing to do, guys, for the chat. They did this yesterday with Steph, and we got so many great suggestions. They put in a whole bunch, and I get so excited when I hear no. And so we'll do the same for both.
Start upgrading my list. Hold on,
Kris. Clearly, you've seen Face Off.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Face Off.
I think it's going to be harder to. I think that when you guys throw things out there, I think it's going to be harder to get the no from Kris, but we'll see. So Con Air, Winston.
Haven't seen Con Air, no.
Holy moly!
Oh my gosh! When Nicolas Cage has the fresh air blowing through his hair. Ooh!
But you've seen The Rock.
I have seen it, but I was very young. I don't remember it that well, but I have seen it.
Or you have seen it. Okay.
I own a physical copy of that movie. I love it.
All right, that's a good one. All right, good ones. Okay. Next one. Aaron Carranza. Thank you for being a decent human being yesterday. Kristian Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be murdered in front of his wife and children for nothing more than stating facts and speaking his opinion. Yeah, I just think that I mentioned it. We don't have to go all into it yesterday. I went to it yesterday. I just think that difference is opinion. Not liking someone is not liking someone. Not agreeing with someone is not agreeing with someone. Wishing death over opinions, and especially in front of their children and wives. I don't care what you say. You're just not going to get me on board. You're just not getting me on board, especially like, whatever you might want to say. It was promoting this, promoting that. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't justify cheering for someone's life to be taken in that manner. I think that we've lost our humanity when you do that. I really do. So nothing to thank me for, just saying it's just something that I would, because my daughter asked me, she said, was he a bad person? I said, I don't know enough about him as a person. I would say he was someone who debated, but I said, but that's not what we're talking about here. I said to her, I said, do you think, I said, he probably wouldn't line up with a lot of your points of view. And she's like, yeah, but he shouldn't have gotten taken out for that. And I said, that's correct. I said for that. And so anyway, let's move on. Go Pal. Super tired because I was up late watching my team lose on TNF, but it's my birthday, so support. And it's Friday, so I can sleep tomorrow. I mean, Winston and I we're there all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're there all the time. Kris, you got a favorite football team, or not? You don't like the sports ball?
No, I had to genuinely was like, TNF. What is wrong? I root for the commercials and the snacks.
Fair.
I love a
That's fair.
Super Bowl party. I just don't know any of the things.
Okay, I like the honesty there. The Corn Emperor, the filthy swag to the rescue. Like, subscribe. Person finder for Chan. Make left
Nope.
straight. Come on. That's what I just said, man. It's like it's not Yankees versus Red Sox. This is the problem with the country. I'm not getting into the whole thing, but everybody's against each other, and there's a problem. There's a main problem. There's two. I feel like, I mean, this is me, and I know that you guys are differently, but I feel like I'm this. Looking over here at two different. I am nowhere near either side. That's just me. That's just how I am.
It doesn't have to be in any particular religion or anything else, but a vast majority of them have an idea of turning the other cheek, trying to show something to your better man, even if they spit in your face, like all that kind of stuff. So what that does the exact opposite. So if what you want is for less killings to happen, don't be like, yeah, now we gonna get your ass. You put the fire out. Don't make it bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Go Pal.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
Sydney's acting. Sorry, Kris, did you want to say something on that?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. Yeah, I'm never rooting for anyone I disagree with to be harmed in any way. That's not how things get changed. We have to meet each other in a place of common decency.
Yeah, have a conversation. And it's like if someone makes a point that you don't like, counteract to make a point that they don't like. You know what I mean? And have a conversation. Go Pal. For Sydney's acting, I'd recommend trying Reality on Max or Everything Sucks on Netflix. One drama, one comedy. Okay. Don't know. Like I said, I've only seen one thing she's really ever been in.
The only thing that of hers that I thought she was good personally was Euphoria.
Yeah, that's why
she was screaming the whole time. She's just like, I'm a terrible person. Like I haven't seen her do anything beyond that I said, oh,
you should look this trailer, dude. You should see the trailer. She looks really good in the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Alexander Wilson, I know a boxer who fought in a car with Christy and walked by her locker room, and her husband was beating her, and she still went out, fought, and won. Damn. Yeah, it was a horrible story. And I'm, the fact that she was able to survive that horrific ordeal and then come back and here she is today. It's great to see her walking around with Sydney Sweeney and promoting it. So yeah, it's a good story at the end. Unfortunately, with a lot of rotten meat in the middle of that sandwich because of what she had to deal with. So, Yoshimitsu, they foreshadowed Downey as Doom all the way back in Iron Man 1 when they used the Sabbath song for the credits. Have you read the lyrics for it? I don't think it definitely wasn't intentional. If so, there's no world where they were back then. They were just hoping to get people to go see the movie.
Yeah, I think they mostly wanted to just use the song Iron Man.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what it was. Alexander also says, he said Christy was one of the toughest women ever, and he's happy to see the respect and admiration she's receiving now. Me too. I remember her. Do either one of you remember her fighting back in the day?
No, I've just kind of learned about her because of this movie.
Okay. So I had mentioned this yesterday when we were talking about the thing, but so I think it was Tyson versus Frank Bruno too, and this is when you first kind of saw her. Because remember, now you have women MMA, you have women's boxing, and it's pretty. It's people are not as kind of like, oh my god, there are women who are boxing and fighting now. Back then, they were, and she was one of the first kind of stars to come out of that, and she was a power. She had a rocket for a right hand, so it was pretty. I'm
more familiar, with female MMA fighters. The only female boxer I really know is Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla.
Yeah,
Layla?
and Layla beat her. That was
well,
yeah. I think she's actually in the trailer, the portrayal of
okay.
Layla. Craig Mathis, Kristian, there's a 30 to 40-minute video on YouTube summarizing Demon Slayer. Hi, Kris, I love seeing you on Capes.
Oh, thank you.
Me too. I'm glad we talked about it today. I was like, yeah, but this is the right fit. Craig Mathis, dark horse for Batman. John Hamm, thoughts? Age, it just depends on age, what they're looking for. What do you guys think?
Yeah. If you want an older Bruce, sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've talked so much about longevity.
He's, in my opinion, just a little too old.
How old is he? I'm gonna guess he's 54.
I'm guessing he's in his 50s because he was hanging out with like Tina Fey and
54.
Amy Poehler. Yeah.
He's 54. And well, remember, people were talking about Brolin. Brolin would be older too. Yeah,
they were talking about Brolin.
Yeah,
I would have immediately said no about that.
Brolin's been highly rumored as it. Yeah. Bobby Jackson, great Friday crew. What did you guys think of Peacemaker last night? It was my favorite episode so far. Keeps getting better and better. I missed it last night. Did you guys see it?
Saw it this morning. I liked 3 the most, but I did like 4 a lot. I actually, especially because they started explaining some more backstory and how we got to this in this episode, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, there's good world building in this one and good explanations for things, but it did kind of feel like almost an entire episode of last time on Peacemaker.
I'm gonna watch it probably this weekend. Jacob Tizano, when you get back to the comic book stuff with Sam, you should finally watch Invincible. It would be fun for both of you to have a first time watch. Like the boys, I think it's a much watched comic book show. I think we're gonna take a break on shows for a little bit. It just takes it takes up. She only has like 2 or 3 days that she comes in, and it just takes up too much time. So we're going through the Nolan movies right now. We got the Harry Potter movies to do. She's never seen Matrix. We're gonna do X-Men movies. She's never seen the X-Men movies. So we're gonna do Star Wars movies. We have a lot. We got a lot to do. Okay, let's see. It's funny. So I'm just going through it, and thank you, Jacob. Mike Cat. Pepper and Morgan seeing Tony's face on Doom will be way more impactful, in my opinion. Imagine Morgan running up to Doom thinking he's her father. Devastating. It's true.
That 1,000% would be pretty devastating. Like, there's plenty of people that Tony touched that would be messed up by it, but I agree. I think Morgan and Pepper, that will really do a nasty number on them.
Yeah, Kris, same.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That'd be devastating. It might be devastating enough that Gwyneth Paltrow remembers she's in the movie.
That's fair. Miguel Zayn. I hope that they show how Doom got his powers and show us his intellect. I don't want them to show us just some generic magical lasers coming out of his hand. Show us how he got his magic in his suit. Kris, what did you say, Kris?
Oh, I was just agreeing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because typically he originally gets into studying magic specifically because his mother's soul is stolen by Mephisto.
Okay.
And so he's going to go down into hell and go get her back. And like, even at one point forces Doctor Strange to help him go get his mother's soul, which when his mom sees him is like, oh, you evil as hell. I ain't going back with your ass. Like, what? This is not the son that I raised. And then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Then F you too. But I think that would be interesting if maybe whatever Cap did, if we're still going with that, maybe the incursion somehow destroyed his mother's soul or something, and that's why goes on this rampage and learns the magic and all that kind of stuff. I think that could be a pretty interesting way to merge.
Yeah, you gotta give us. Yeah, I agree with you. You gotta get good backstory. Mark Long. Hi, hello, Mark. Hi.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. I hope you're all well. It's 2:40 a.m. 2:40 a.m. in Australia. Oh, thank you for being up and watch. Appreciate it. But
we go to bed.
Yeah, Zeke just couldn't control himself because then. Thank you, Zeke. All right, next one. After that one, thank you to Zeke. Currently at 42, guys. 42. The great Brandon Summers. I'm excited for Doomsday and Secret Wars, but what made Infinity War and Endgame so great was the buildup. Are you all concerned that these new ones will hit the same? Not in the same way, because you're 100% right. There's not enough buildup, and you're not locked in the same way that you were beforehand. But that's not to say you can't treat these like two movies that are just coming out, that characters that you might know. You're like, okay, this is movie 1 and movie 2. There's one movie that sets everything up, and 2 that's a sequel, like a one great movie and then a great sequel. So, what do you think, Kris?
I think you're right. I'm worried about the buildup just because, Marvel hasn't been all hits for me. There's been a couple things that I've loved. There's some tasty B-sides, but there's not been a greatest hits for me for most of the time. So I'm hoping that at least the 1-2 punch of this does get me excited about it. But I don't have the same enthusiasm I did, for sure, as I did with Infinity War and Endgame.
Enthusiasm. Do you know where that's from? Either one of you guys?
No.
Untouchables.
Never saw it. It's on the list. So
okay. Enthusiasm.
You're gonna watch so many good movies, man.
You really are. Armada, you think Doom is gonna hunt for the bangle and 10 rings in Doomsday? Maybe those items are the only version of them in that universe. Kind of looks like that, right, Winston?
Yeah, that would make sense, especially knowing that we used the bangle plus a little extra juice from Spectrum in the Marvels, which I know you hate, but to open a portal to another dimension. So I actually think that that's probably pretty true. Those are unique items across the multiverse, and that's probably why Doom wants them.
Winston, another one for you here. Armada, thoughts on the football game last night? Come on, Jade.
I really needed Jaden to do something, especially in my Dynasty League, but I did have Tucker Kraft in like 3 of my 5 leagues that I'm in, and he went off, so that was cool. But I think what this proves is the team to beat in the NFC is the Packers. It's not the Eagles. It depends on what the Eagles do to the Chiefs on Sunday, but right now it looks like the Packers are the team to beat in the NFC.
Armada, breaking. Jeff Snyder's on the Canelo and Crawford card. Yeah, it makes sense. He's going to fight you, you both again. Okay. Brandon Summers asked this yesterday for Steph and Kristian. So this is for Winston and Kris. What is one movie that you wish you could watch for the first time again?
Oh,
good one, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I took Inception and Usual Suspects.
Ooh.
Still haven't seen Usual Suspects. So
wow, man, that was one that we just watched that one with Sam, but that was a good one.
Yeah. If I could watch it again, Inception is a great answer. I would definitely say that. I'm trying to think what movies in theaters just had me absolutely lose. Honestly, Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh, those are good ones.
It really, they really. I'm excited because my lady hadn't seen most of the MCU. We've got Infinity War and Endgame left, so I'm excited to actually watch those with her and try and relive it the first time through her.
Okay. Kris?
I mean, this might just be recency bias, but Sinners, just because I was so blown away by that movie.
Oh, okay.
It was just like, this is so different than what I expected and so different than what I enjoy watching usually. And I loved it so much.
It's a good one. Okay. Simon Section. I like hearing you talk about Doom versus Thanos just to see the threat Doom might bring. I had the same feeling watching KK3. I never thought Karate Kid 3. Mike Barnes was a threat because we never saw him fight Chosen. We kind of did in Cobra Kai season 7. That's true. That's true. But yeah, I mean, you got to build up your villains, especially the next ones. Like, it's like, yeah, well, wait a minute. I mean, and Karate Kid 3 has a lot of issues. It's cool that they were able to incorporate it into Cobra Kai, but like Daniel they almost do to Daniel and what they did to John Boyega in the Last Jedi. It's like, he's been through all that. He fought to the death in Karate Kid 2, and he's worried about Mike Barnes at a tournament. He's like scared and running for his life for the whole thing. He's like, this guy just fought to the death. He's not gonna be scared of this guy. So yeah, there was a lot wrong with that movie. Even the Avildsen was like, this is shit. Directed it. Armada. Philly cheesesteak egg rolls are immaculate. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good.
I don't eat them right now, but they're really good.
They are really, really good. I haven't had one of those in years.
Yeah. You ever try one, Kris?
Yeah. I want one right now. But I'm on that whole health journey too right now. So I'm eating so many egg whites and I love it so much.
You're lying.
No. Every person who's ever been like, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, like, shut up. No.
I'll tell you what you do.
Everything tastes better than skinny. Everything.
You want it? Do you like goat cheese?
I love goat cheese.
Take egg whites. Take like, how many are you doing? 2 or 3?
I'm doing like a fourth of a cup. So,
okay, so do
about 3.
Yeah. Okay, so if you can do an omelet, do that. You like peppers?
Yeah.
Throw some peppers. Throw some goat cheese, like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
There's no food I don't
onions,
like, really, except onions.
you put some of that stuff in there, and then the egg whites with a little bit of that goat cheese.
Okay.
And if you don't like goat cheese, I do the same thing, but with cottage cheese.
I do the cottage cheese a lot. Yeah,
that's actually a move in France about making omelets. It's what Ao does it in season 2 when she makes the omelet episode.
The French omelet.
Oh, wow. A little bit of cottage cheese, and then you just got to make sure that you properly whisk it or blend it up in there, and it adds a whole extra little.
Don't brag. All right, here we go. Next. Geek Lodestars. Gunn said they were going to see Flash and Aquaman in the next 2 years. When did he say that? Did he say that soon? I said maybe Charlie Hunnam is Aquaman with the hook hand. I'd cast for Green Arrow Austin Butler. I don't know why, but I can see him play Ollie. No, wait. I thought he said recently they had no plans to do Aquaman anytime soon.
I'm going to check this.
Yeah, check that out. I haven't seen that quote. I mean, I meant to say that he didn't make that quote. I just haven't seen it. Yeah, see if you guys find that, and we'll come back to it. Alan Smithy, there he is. Morning, Chris, Winston, and Kristian. Should the new studio be called Bromount, Mount Bros, or Power Bros? I feel like we need to emphasize the pros of it all. It's true. There's
yo, Bromount though.
Bromount
is kind of hilarious. It's
very funny. That's a good one. Alan Smithy coming in for the win. Keith Santa Maria. These anime premieres finales are only growing. They are always very hype, and it feels like a massive event. Love going, even if the show is not my favorite. That's a good comment there, because it's like, and Chris, goes back to your earlier point about making things feel like an event.
Yeah, well, and they super do too. The people in my theater were cosplaying. It was so fun, where you'd see them as the different Hashira and everything, which was really, really rad, and makes the whole thing such a bigger, more fun experience. Because then you also walk into the theater and you talk to another movie fan of, right. Oh my gosh, I love your kimono. Oh my gosh, I love your hair clip. This is so cool. Who's your favorite character? Da, 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 da. And then also James Gunn said he's unsure if Green Arrow exists. So I don't know. That's 3 weeks ago, though.
Right. That was a few weeks ago. I haven't seen anything new.
I was gonna say I completely agree with you, Chris. Like, I remember going to the Dragon Ball Broly movie a couple years ago. Same thing. Everybody dressed as Goku and Vegeta and everything else. Yeah. It gives me the same vibes that we got in the early to mid 2000s about the X-Men films, where people were coming as Cyclops and Wolverine, and what Kristian and I even saw at the X-Men 97 premiere. It brings that same kind of energy back.
I love it.
Okay, there you go. So next one after that, and this is Yes Boy. Just finished the newest episode of Peacemaker. No spoilers, but did Tim Meadows getting spit on supposed to be a laugh moment? What the F was that?
I mean, the timing of it was hilarious to me, because I know they obviously shot this months ago, but considering the drama in the NFL of before the season even really starts, before the first play, you got a defensive player for the Eagles spitting on Dak Prescott, and that became like a huge deal in the sports world. What? I immediately went there. It was like, oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know about that at all. I just thought it was such a funny and an incredibly aggressive spit. Like that was volatile. That had some heat coming behind it.
Yes, it
I
did.
should be expecting that tonight.
Ultimate disrespect.
Jackson Dennis, Jubilee Zoo reboot with Idris Elba as Mayor Ben. I don't think he'd ever play him, but man, I'm surprised they never did it. Chris has no idea what Jubilee Zoo is, and I don't think Winston either. We played that song religiously on Collider Live. It was an older show, kids show, that was just so bizarre. All these people dressed up as animals, and singing a song, and we used to play it, and we used to drive the people crazy on our show with the theme song, because it just stuck in your head. And it was just, it became a bit. Like Riley, I would just get him. He's like, no, don't do it. And I just had Cody Hall. Cody would just keep playing Jubilee Zoo, Jubilee Zoo. And it's still people, I still get Jubilee Zoo comments, clearly. We're in super chat about it. So Idris Elba playing Jubilee Zoo. I think it was Ben Vereen that played.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah. Canelo or Crawford will you be watching? I thought that Crawford was hurt. Is that not true? Yes, boy says.
I heard it's still going on, but
Yeah, but I will be watching it.
It's
Yeah.
still being advertised.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Canelo.
I was gonna say Canelo.
Yeah, Jackson Dennis. Following it up. Now we can have Transformers versus Godzilla.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
No, I would rather have Godzilla Year 2. That's what I want. Jackson Dennis. I'd love an animated Pacific Rim versus Transformers. Now that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an animated Pacific Rim in the works at one point. I have a bunch of scripts for that.
Okay.
It would have been really cool. That'd be fun.
Pacific Rim versus Transformers would be interesting. Unknown D. Definitely would watch your first reactions to Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan, Kristian. I think you'd love both. And everybody says that I would love Attack on Titan.
You would genuinely love Attack on Titan, and especially the amount of twists and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. But it's just a matter of let's see. Next one. This is the G-Man. Hi, everyone. The WB Paramount deal concerns me. Will Skydance fire Jeff Gunn? No, because Jeff Gunn does not exist. But James Gunn is also safe, I think. And what about John Oliver?
No, they wouldn't let go of John Oliver either, I don't think, because, again, his show is doing very well, both like monetarily and awards-wise. And they didn't fire South Park, and South Park has gone full tilt. So yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Mr. I crap and shit. Winston, as a diehard Browns fan, here's my advice to a Cowboys fan: recite our motto. There's always next year.
Hey man, look, we gave a little bit of the business to the Eagles. So if we lose to the Giants, if we lose to you, Kristian, it's over. Like then the year is over because you guys looked like dog water.
Yes, but that's the history of the Giants. You know that better than anybody. The Giants could look like garbage this week, and then they could play like they're going to win the Super Bowl, and then you're like, oh, they won 5 in a row. They're going to beat this team easily, and then they lose. That's what they've been doing for years. Unheard Science Incorporated. Kristian and Kris, Hell of a Boss is now on Prime. You're going to react to it? That's the series, Kris. That's I think it's the same people who did
Has Been Hotel,
right? Have you watched Hell of a Boss yet?
I've only seen the first episode.
You have.
And
any good?
It's fun. It's really fun.
Okay.
It is decidedly more demony and malicious than Has Been Hotel, because Has Been Hotel is all about rehabilitating souls. A Hell of a Boss is more of demons doing demon stuff. It's fun. It's raunchy.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to react to it, to be honest. So,
you'd have to bleep out a lot to not get demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from that one, though. Jackson Dennis, Paramount did Star Trek spinoffs. If they get Warner Brothers Harry Potter, will they probably get the main show, and who knows, maybe a few spinoffs if it does well. I mean, they're going to put some money into Star Trek. I think they're going to, and they should give JJ and the crew one more movie for sure. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see. So right now, 58. Not bad. Getting close. Still with some time there. 58. You got to catch 95. It's very possible. Mr. I crap and yes. I agree with System of a Down's guitarist Dayton. I'm not far left or far right. I'm far middle, and here's my symbol. They're dividing us and winning. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with that. I don't. I hate this Yankees versus Red Sox mentality that we're at now. They don't. You're the team that you're supporting so well. They don't care about you. They do not care about you.
My biggest issue is, instead of actually focusing on issues and trying to make things better, most people nowadays are more concerned about their team, like you said.
Yeah. That's it.
If I'm on a plane, I am not rooting for the pilot to crash.
Right.
And that's what we're on. We're all on the same plane.
100%.
We should try to have them land us safely.
100%. Mr. I crap and it's Darren, not Dayton. Effing phone. Fair. Roger. Hey guys. Winston, are you watching The Crow this spooky season? It might be a good reaction. You've never seen the original, have you?
Right. Remember, I was supposed to be the rubric.
I think that was the one that we mentioned that we couldn't remember, right?
That's one I haven't seen.
The Crow. You haven't seen The Crow either? Oh my goodness. Oh,
no, most spooky adjacent things I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I think I could handle that though.
Definitely.
That'd be fine.
It's more comic book movie as anything else. Okay, let's see. Ready again, guys. We've got 61. Not too bad at all.
Okay.
The G-Man. Chris brings the pain regarding palate. Mr. I crap and eyes. Kris Carr on Capes and Cowls is the chef's kiss. There you go.
Oh, thanks, Mr. I.
Go, pal. I'm excited for Gen V season 2 coming next week. I am too. I won't be reacting to it.
Is it next week?
Yeah, I think so. I'm definitely watching it though.
I heard it's fantastic.
Winston,
I need to catch up.
What was your favorite scene from Blazing Saddles?
Well, there's a lot of good ones. I think probably my two favorite are when he first rides into town and holds himself hostage.
Yeah.
And they're genuinely confused. And then probably seeing Mel Brooks, the mayor, when
oh my God.
he's with the secretary and the thing, and then it comes out
getting fitted and stuff.
Yeah.
And he takes him up to the side and he's talking to him.
Yep. No, that was good. I mean, obviously, I didn't know RB3 this entire time was saying where the white women at from Blazing Saddles. I thought he was just saying that himself. So that was hilarious.
Yeah.
The whole through the studio, like meta fourth wall breaking. Oh my God. It's just really good. It's really good.
Dingus McNally, Kristian, Warfare is on HBO today. Should do a first reaction for you and Ming. I would love to see your reaction. The Batman reaction with Sam after Rises. The Batman, yes, but not after Rises. We're going through our Nolan watch right now, so we're doing Nolan movies now. But the Batman, I'm thinking I'm going to take Sam's going to be the one going through the DC movies. She hasn't seen Man of Steel. She hasn't seen any of the Batman movies. I don't even know if she's ever even seen the Batman '89 movie, to be honest with you. She says she did, but I don't trust the word she says anymore when it comes to her memory. So that's possible. As far as Warfare, I was trying. Ming's coming in next week. Maybe that's the one we do because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen that one yet, so maybe we'll check that. There's not gonna be a lot of jokes in that one, obviously, but that's I'm interested. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yes, boy. Kristian, you were getting name dropped on the new Rockstars channel. I was. What'd they say? Would you ever make an appearance, considering that Eric Voss is always inviting YouTubers to come and explain their scoops? Oh, so that way, sure. Of course, I like Eric. Eric's really nice. I met Eric a handful of times. And he was, if Eric ever reached out, of course I would. I like Eric. He's a nice guy. So yeah, let him know. Armada, analyze this. Game night's got to be on the list. Oh, analyze this. You ever seen analyze this?
No.
Either one of you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris has
none of the analyzed movies.
Okay. And the other, what was the other one?
Game
I've
Night.
seen Game Night. Game
Night's fun.
How about The Professional?
No.
Wow. Yes, but years ago.
Winston, we're watching that.
Professional.
Oh yeah, look at that. And it's funny. I just said that, and then look at that. Go Pal, The Professional is another for the list. 100%. That's one of my. I love that movie. Love that movie. 70 right now. You guys need 25. I think you can do it.
Oh, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Go Pal. Miyagi Karate is for defense, honor, not plastic cup. That's a good one. I think they're going to do that. They're going to do that spinoffs for sure. Go Pal, who says Undeclared featuring Hunnam is underrated. Is that a movie or a TV show?
Oh, it was a short-lived TV show. It's a Judd Apatow thing.
Oh, right. I didn't realize Hunnam was even in that.
I didn't either.
Okay, let's see. Kyle Bridger. I know how many characters will eat it, but between Doomsday and Secret Wars, who are your odds-on favorite, guaranteed major deaths, and almost surprise one? I'm sure Thor will be the most popular. I'm going to actually say Captain America, and I think
you think Sam Captain America?
No,
or you think Chris Evans Captain America? Okay.
And I think that Ant-Man. You want to rip people's hearts out? You kill Paul Rudd.
Let's see. Guaranteed major death. Yeah, I think Cap probably goes, so then you can put it to bed for good.
Right.
I think that's definitely going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, if the original 6 are all gone. And if you get all of the original 6 permanently go, and then because they're already talking about doing a soft reboot anyway, they all go in Doomsday, and then Secret Wars, maybe you get some other variants of them, and that's how you introduce the new, like, original Avengers one way or the other.
Tim. Oh, who do you think, Chris?
No, I think that's it. I also think, I mean, I know these are being considered major deaths, but I do think you probably just kill off the X-Men who are appearing.
Oh yeah. You gotta get rid of the Fox X-Men for sure. I agree. Tim Mack 117. If Marvel doesn't conclude the multiverse saga with a Tony variant, then we truly have wasted all these years. P.S. Peacemaker is a truly wonderful series and deserves all of the praises. Well, we know it's not going to be Tony variant, but I think they just need to destroy the entire multiverse. Like, it needs to be one timeline by the end of this thing, just one. Like, nobody else can show up and be like, oh, he's not that, he or she, they're not really dead. Why not? Well, because there's another version of them that's going to come back and be. It's like you got to get rid of that opportunity. Loki probably might eat it too, by the way.
Oh.
The only reason why I don't know if Loki, I guess it depends on what we're doing with the universes and all that, is just because he's been removed more or less from the story. He's just holding the universe together. He's not really, Yeah. But I can see it.
Kris, have you ever watched Attack on Titan?
Yes, I watched the first season.
Okay. Go pal. Deer Hunter? Anybody?
No. Nope.
No.
I don't know what that is.
What? The one with the Christopher Walken and De Niro? I don't even really remember that one too much, except the famous scene, obviously. I'm going to put Winston and Kris for that one. That's a good one. Okay. How about, which one's Companion?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the Jack Quaid one that came out this year.
Oh, really? The one?
I think so.
No, that's.
Am I right, Chad, or am I not?
There is a Companion that came out this year for
Jack
sure
Quaid?
with Jack Quaid. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah,
I
I don't think any of those. The Deer Hunter would be interesting, but I don't know about the other ones for reactions, though.
I haven't seen those other ones. So.
For Red
Not for Red
October.
October, I haven't seen. I've played the video game on Super Nintendo.
That's the Brandon Summers. Kristian needs to have his soul broken like everyone else after watching Attack on Titan. It's that good, huh?
That's so good, dude.
Okay.
That first episode. The first episode is enough to make you go, what the
Wow. Okay. Go pal. 2 Days in the Valley. A good one too.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a tougher one. Julius Wyatt. Every time I see The Dark Knight, it makes me miss Heath Ledger more. What a great actor we lost. His performance will never lose its power. Never loses power. I've seen the movie so many times, and I always get new things out of his performance. Always.
He still creeps me out the first time he comes in, man. Like, I mean, well, I'm not creeped out in The Bank, but I mean when he comes into the gangsters.
And it's just like, ta-da.
That ta-da, dude.
Armada. Maybe the only way to stop Doom is with bangles and rings. Maybe. Maybe. Yes, boy. News, thoughts of WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. They are clearly, listen, they need to make money. They need to make money, and they're going to make a lot of money there. They do one out there. I mean, look, people are going to be like, oh, that kind of sucks. I can't go to it this year. But they're going to make a lot of money doing it. They always make money over there. So I get it. You're going to put some money in the bank account. This is a given. Armada, Braveheart reaction. Yes. Winston and I, we've already talked about we've been talking about that for years. Yeah. Go pal. Back in the 80s and the 90s, when we were good, then Dallas was good. We consistently split the season. Division games are weird.
Yeah, division games always are weird because that's the funny thing. Like, I think about the Chiefs have been the dominant team for the last couple of years here, and the fact that the other three teams have been pretty bad until recently. But every now and again, they would steal a game away from the Chiefs because that's your rival. You know them better than anybody. Yeah. So no, it is interesting to see one way or the other. So
you know what Kris Carr just heard? Oh, it's not working anymore.
Oh,
no. It doesn't work.
I can just do it. In my head, it's just the La Quinta music.
Wait, did you hear it? It kind of is, but no, it's weird.
Is it turned down or something?
No, like that's even Big Balls is gone. I don't know what's happening.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can hear it kind of in the background, but it's
Exterminator finally got that little bastard.
I know. It's really the music still works. That's terrible. I don't know what happened. Stargate SG-1 deserves to be revived. Stargate would be an interesting one to.
Stargate's fun.
Yeah.
I've never seen Stargate. No.
Okay. Arnold Conan movies.
No.
There's a lot. Winston. There's a lot of Arnold movies. Winston and I are gonna watch most of the Arnold movies. He hasn't seen. You've seen the first Predator though.
Yes, I've seen the first Predator. I've seen the first two Predators. I've seen Alien versus Predator.
Okay, Steph has never seen Predator. That's what we're watching. You didn't see Predator either?
No, I've only seen The Handshake.
Okay, well, Steph and I are watching Predator next week. We're starting those. We're doing Predator 1, Predator 2. People keep asking me to do Predators. I don't think I'm going to do that one, but Predator 1, Predator 2, and Prey, definitely. Before, and then after that, we're getting into John Hughes movies with Steph. She's hardly seen any of them. Tyler B, think we'll get more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now? Have you ever seen the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah. The G-Man original Crow is a must-watch. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Bulldog 31087. What do we have to do to get a Knight Rider, Street Hawk, Airwolf team-up movie that's not a comedy spoof, but a full-on 80s style action movie? I'm telling you, I gotta get the guys Schlossberg, Hurwitz, and Heald. I gotta get them on the show and ask them, because that's what I'm hoping. I hope that it's not a full-on kind of spoofy comedy. I hope they take it serious, but I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Knight Rider, at least. Okay, we got 84 guys, not too far away.
Come on,
let's do it. Let's go.
Armada. Dana White says he's arranging boxing in 26. I think this is a good move if he actually does take a hold of it, and I'll tell you why. He used to be into boxing, and I think he did box for a little bit. What the UFC did for boxing, what our UFC did for MMA, was something that I thought that they always should have done for boxing. And that is essentially create one league where you have your fighters contracted under one league, and they've got to fight the top contenders in that one league. Well, the way boxing is now, WBC, IBF, WBA, they're all over, the biggest paycheck fights, the biggest chick, the promoters have the power. No, the league has the power. That's how you build up. That's why UFC is doing what it is.
I think it's part of why, at least in this era, because I started enjoying just the art of boxing the older I got, but similar to like college football, I'm just like, I'm lost. Like, why is it that you get the title fight for this or whatever? Like, there's no direct pipeline.
And that's been for years, dude. For years. That was the biggest problem with boxing, is it's like, oh, well, you want the two biggest people to fight, but they couldn't agree on the money. So I was like, no, if you're the champion, you've got to fight. Here's your contract. You've got to fight the number one contender, or you lose the title. It's like and I hope that they do that. And I think that Dana White could contract a bunch of guys and make it happen. Wicked Art. X-Men of Apocalypse comic is out. Chris and Winston, are you guys checking it out? Got my all the Joe Mad variant covers pre-ordered. Love y'all. Have a good one. Thank you, Wicked Art.
I did not. I will check it out, but no, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know that, man. Normally, I asked Coy about that. So let me go write that down.
Thank you.
Go, pal. Tommy Boy, Lebowski, and Snake Eyes. Have you seen all three of those? Both of you guys?
No, and no.
I've seen Lebowski.
Both haven't seen Tommy Boy?
No.
Oh my god. All right. Damn, it's gonna be hard to divvy up.
Not really, because I have a lot of stuff, and I already said I was doing some stuff on my channel. So if you want to just let me know what you're tapping her for, I can.
Lebowski has been is no on Winston, right? But yes on Chris.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, and then Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes isn't one. I don't think that it's not a reacting movie. Israel Lopez. Nice you enjoyed Demon Slayer, Chris. I watch your reactions for the show, guys. Glad to know the story is going on, but 2 years is a lot.
Yeah, that's my concern. That just seems like a long time, especially when you think of it as it's a full season of television and it's going to take almost 5 years to complete.
Right.
I don't love that. But that's also just rumored.
There's more Road Trip.
Yes, and yes. I love those movies with all my heart.
I haven't seen these.
You've never seen the American Pies?
No, I only know of moments. Like, I know quotes from it because I was just young enough that my parents wouldn't let me go see it in theaters.
Okay.
And I just never got around to it. Same with Euro Trip. Someone was singing Scotty Doesn't Know the other day, and I was like,
right. Okay.
What is that Matt Damon? What?
Matt Damon. Yoshimitsu. The Iron Man song being foreshadowing was meant mostly as a joke, but consider now the time is here for Iron Man to spread fear, vengeance from the grave, because the people he wants to. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It was definitely maybe a happy coincidence for them if they do it right. Bernetta W. Certified Gen X are here. Peace, party. People seeing Chris and Winston on the same set got me feeling like Saturday morning cartoons met Soul Train.
Hey, I told you this before. You know, my mom was on the first season of Soul Train.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, she was.
I
she was
didn't
one
know
of the
that.
initial.
That's amazing.
That's 16. She was one of the original dancers, and so essentially, a friend of the family, was a producer on the show, and my grandfather told my mama, "Don't you take your ass down to that show? I will beat your ass." And my mama said, "I'm gonna do what I want," and she did it, and she subsequently got her ass beat. But then my grandfather was like, "My baby on TV."
Have you guys either one of you guys, you've both seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love Mrs. Doubtfire. Love seen everything Robin Williams except for Good Will Hunting.
You've never seen Good Will Hunting? All right.
That so good.
That is a definite. That is a definite. That is an absolute definite for Winston. Okay. Dazed and Confused. Everybody wants some.
I've seen Dazed and Confused.
Neither.
Wow. I haven't seen Everybody Wants Some.
Okay. Dazed and Confused. For Winston. Wow, you guys are crushing here. The Gopal's crushing. Gopal just gave you like okay. Yoshimitsu. Love having Chris and Winston on together. There you go.
Yoshimitsu-san.
G-Man. Doomsday Death. Pepper. Maybe if he kills her, that would be devastating.
Yeah.
But probably a kid. I mean, it's kind of gratuitous. I don't know if you need to do it.
But that might be what ends up happening. Is I think maybe Doom almost gets Morgan, and somebody saves Morgan, but Pepper ends up going. I think that's a way to let. I think that's a way to let Gwyneth out of it.
I know.
And I think that's also a way to.
I think Gwyneth is out of it. She's out of it. It's like, she should come back. I don't. You can't. I wouldn't want to see that happen to the poor kid. Gopal, can you do the full Tarantino with someone? Sam's missed a lot of Tarantino movies. Have you guys seen all the Tarantino stuff?
All
I've
but
seen pretty much everything.
All but The Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right. Okay.
I haven't seen Once Upon a Time.
So Sam has never seen Reservoir Dogs, but she's seen everyone. I feel like everyone's seen Pulp Fiction. I have to check if Steph has, but let's see. Gopal, Sam with Kevin Smith. Yeah, I mean, and I know that Sam has never seen Mallrats.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love Mallrats. That's a good one.
That's great. Cool Cash CG. Winston, did you say Beyond the Spider-Verse and the Batman 2 drop next year or in 26? They both drop in 2027.
That's what I was saying a little bit after, was that there was we did both lists, the 26 and the 27 list. Those are in 27.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, so that was just a mix up, my fault.
Chris Hunt. Kris Carr, were you ever the voice of Gashi Granola?
No, but shouldn't I be? Shouldn't I just be the voice of so many brands? Come on. Right now, you will hear me throughout this year being in 1-800-Flowers. Okay. You'll hear me in Clear Dental Choice. I think those are my nationals.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully more. We still got some months.
Everybody cross your fingers that Sam's Club want to re-up and let me get some more money from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Armada. Warfare is now on HBO Max. Yeah, no, well, maybe we'll check that one out. I feel like Winston hasn't seen this one. I feel like Chris has. This is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I haven't.
Whoa! All right, Chris, I might give you that one.
Okay.
I might give you that one. That's a good one. It's creepy, but it's not. I don't think it's scary, but it's creepy.
Is that the one with Keanu?
And it's Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder.
Hell yeah! Let's do that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Gopal. Wayne's World. You guys have both seen.
Amazing.
Okay. This is Evil John Madden. Kris Carr, I love you.
Aw. Well, maybe you're not so evil then, John Madden.
Oh, give him time. Ronetta W. What do y'all think? James Gunn, the DC puppet master, or Marvel's chaos conductor? You crowning him king of DC or Marvel's guardian of the vibes? Well, he's definitely not the Marvel. He helped. He helped with Marvel. Kevin Feige gets the credit for Marvel. Good and bad, so he doesn't get the Marvel. It's too early to give him the king of DC. He's the king of DC right now. Is he the best king of DC? He's got one movie and a show. So
two shows.
Right. Future Commandos, right? Christian Unpronounceable. Lawnmower Man. I still love that movie. That one I don't think it would pull reactions. The G-Man. The support to get you across the line. They're across the line. They defeated me at 106.
Hey!
Yes, boy. Favorite last video game that you guys played? Indiana Jones. I still haven't finished it, but
I'm in the middle of replaying Final Fantasy IX right now. That's probably why the victory music was in my head.
Yeah.
It's so good. We're playing through Claire Obscure Expedition 33 right now, and it is stunning and devastating.
Ronetta. Support. Thank you.
Thanks, Renata.
Harv's K. I don't know if it's been mentioned already, but the obvious wash along with Chris is Aliens.
Yes.
You've seen the first one, right?
I've seen the first one, and I've seen Prometheus.
Right. Those, yeah, that'll be. I'm not sure. I gotta find. We gotta do ones that you haven't seen. Only like now,
but
this
Aliens
one
I haven't.
Okay, this one I know that Winston has seen more than anyone in this chat, or more than me. So I'm not even going to ask him if he's seen this. But Chris, I don't know. The Rush Hour series.
Yeah, because the
I
greatest
love
movies of all
Rush
time.
Hour.
They're the greatest movies of all time, and there's
They're
so many
so
things you
fun.
can't do anymore. That
Yep.
would.
Pump Up the Volume. I would definitely watch that with someone, but I just don't know how I would do. But I would love to watch that with somebody. No, nobody's seen that movie except me.
Okay.
Mr. I Crap. Have Winston or Chris seen Gamer, The Last Starfighter, Explorers, Killing Season? Can't wait for Winston's Last Dragon reaction.
No one Last
None of
Starfighter,
those.
no one Explorer, no one Killing Season. Why does Gamer sound familiar? Maybe it's just because it's the word gamer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna give.
Yeah, with Butler.
With
Yeah,
Butler, yeah, but that's that one wouldn't pull. But no one saw it in the theater. No one's gonna watch it on my channel. So I think that a lot of the 80s movies, not all of them, clearly Winston's going to be doing Arnold movies and other stuff, but a lot of the 80s movies going to be kind of given to Steph, and a lot of the 90s movies Winston will be doing. Go Pal, Fifth Element.
Yes.
Oh, great movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah. Let's see. Evil John Madden. Chris and Winston, you guys like animation, right? Have you seen the best animated movie ever, The Secret of Nim? That's a great one.
Yes.
Yeah, but I was like
movie.
10. It's been a long time. But like what? That American Tail,
Secret of Nim.
The Rescuers, like
so good.
Good. We're all on the same team, as Superman said in 78. However, when you have the team coach creating division on the team is a problem. The end. Dance Dog 60. Everything's about message and conversation. Everything. Tim Mack 117. It's worth another few bucks to suggest a Stargate reaction with the understandings the TV series isn't the real treasure, unlike Trek or Star Wars. Yeah, the first one, I'm curious. You know what? I'll put it on the list as something to consider for sure, because I haven't seen the movie in so long, and I don't think anybody on the team has seen the movie. So, okay, so 115. Nobody touching you guys. Varsity Blues?
No.
Whoa. No, neither one of you guys has seen Varsity Blues. Okay.
No.
All right. Holy moly. Okay, that's a good one. Cruel Intentions?
Yes.
Okay. Can't Hardly Wait. It's a great one.
Yes.
Okay.
No Hardly Wait.
Okay. Winston. That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a while. Okay, Bobby Jackson. I vote for you and Ming to do Warfare as well. Probably will. Mr. I Crap and Shit's Enemy Mine. Principal, Heavy Metal. I don't know if any of those will pull.
I don't know any of those.
I
know Heavy Metal. That's the one with I haven't seen it, but that's the one with the animated like boobies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Enemy Mine is with Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. R.I.P. and Mickey Mouse. It's I loved that movie. Not another team. No, I think you mean another teen movie. Another teen movie.
Absolutely. That's why that's the geeked out meeting. Sam over.
Dancing Dog 60. Christopher Walken, Wesley Snipes, Lawrence Fishburne, David Caruso, John Carl Esposito, all in Kings of New York. Abel Ferrara's masterpiece. I'll tell you what.
In New York.
Well, here's something that I did. Look, I can't even tell you how many times that I've seen The Last Dragon. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen it. Winston, last time I saw it, that was probably had to be maybe 15 years ago, maybe 20. I don't know, maybe more. But maybe more than that. And Winston and I watched it together, and I found out and realized that both William H. Macy and Chaz Palminteri are in that movie. And I was like, holy moly. That was absolutely, it's nuts. Vincent Zawada, would you do Kurosawa movie action, Seven Samurai? Maybe eventually. There's so much, God, there's so much that we have now. The list.
I'm a huge Kurosawa fan, man. Those are some of my favorite movies of all time.
Wicked Art, not another teen. Yeah, we got you. Go Pal. True Romance. True Romance is one I don't know. You never seen that one, Winston?
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah. I don't think Sam saw that one either, but we'll see. It depends because Tarantino wrote that movie. Didn't direct it, but still. Bobby Jackson. Has everyone seen the Goonies? Yeah, everyone's seen the Goonies. You've seen the Goonies, Winston?
Yeah, it's my lady's favorite movie. So I hadn't seen it until we started dating, but I've seen it. PLD
Projects, The Rock with Ed Harris. Yeah, everybody's seen that one here. Brandon Summers. This is a great movie, Brandon, but I don't think anybody's going to watch that one. The Count of Monte Cristo. Snatch is interesting. Harlem Nights. You guys have seen Harlem Nights.
I've seen Harlem Nights. Haven't seen The Count of Monte Cristo. Cristo, and I have seen Snatch.
Okay. Dancing Dog 60. Maybe Paramount is waiting for the sale before they can do live action. Larry Hamill's G.I. Joe. Maybe they can tackle a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. I'd like to see, and they got to get the rights from Marvel. They got to do those damn comic books, Marvel comic books. That's the way to go with G.I. Joe. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Kristian, if you haven't watched Death Note yet, highly recommend. Superb anime, suspenseful like Fincher, in 37 episodes. Pretty good.
It's very, very
it's
good.
Great.
Yeah.
It is.
Don't watch the live action.
Do not watch the live action at all. But the anime itself is for a lot of people when they ask anime people what is an anime you recommend to someone that doesn't watch anime. That's one of the ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, boy. Hey guys, I live in Santa Barbara and I can't find a good cinematic experience. What theaters in LA, San Diego offer a good experience? Screen X, IMAX, 3Ds. I would go to the IMAX and Universal.
Yeah.
IMAX and Universal. They just started doing that immersive thing that they have in a number of cities. They do that in Inglewood now, and they have that. There's also a 40X in LA Live at that Regal there as well.
Okay.
Those are all good options.
Dingus McNally. Maybe before Dune 3, you should find someone who hasn't seen any of Denis' movies. Ming hasn't seen any of them. Ming's never seen Dune. Ming's never seen a ton of stuff. And do what you're doing with Sam for the Nolan movies. I don't think Sam has seen him either, but I think Ming, will love Dune. So that's possible. Renetta. Wait, Winston, your mom was on Soul Train? That's not just fire. That's a whole cultural flex. Soul Train lining? That's icon.
Dude, my mom was telling me that around the time in that first season, the body language became like a thing, and that became like her signature, where it's essentially what you do is you outline someone's body. So if you had like a girl that has some like big old chachas, you'd be like, but if she had little, you'd be like it was really funny, man. So yeah.
Crazy time. Evil John Madden. Kris Carr, I loved your last voiceover in my dreams. LOL.
Oh gosh, this is narrating your dreams? This? Oh
no. Mr. I crap and shits. Bloodsport. You've never seen Bloodsport, Winston, right?
No.
Yeah, that is such a movie for you.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That might, after Last Dragon, that might even be one to follow up right afterwards. Yeah, that and Kickboxer. Have you seen Kickboxer?
No.
Oh, that's another one of those two. Seattle KO. You guys should watch the movie Belly. It's an old school one, right?
Don't know Belly.
I remember that one. Haskell, 420.
Is.
The OG Punisher with Dolph and Louis Gossett Jr. Dark Angel, aka Come in Peace. A Time Cop is another one. Yeah. So Winston, you've seen Time Cop or no?
No.
Okay, so we'll do a lot of Van Damme movies, maybe Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Double Impact, Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai.
You guys are getting a lot of great suggestions here. Daniel Squad, Monster Squad. That's an old school movie. Monster Squad. Oh my God, neither one of you guys. That's a good Kris Carr movie.
What is it?
The Wolfman has nards. It's an old school 80s movie, but it was, I think, I want to tell you, and I could be wrong, I feel like Shane Black wrote that movie.
Oh, that's promising for me.
Can someone
Let's see.
do it?
Monster Squad. Let's look it up.
I don't know why I feel like that Shane Black wrote that.
Is it set at Christmas?
No.
Well,
it's not. So Mike Joyce's Warfare is great, but a terrible movie to react to. Okay, well that's
it was written by Shane Black and Fred Deckler.
Okay, there you go.
Or Decker, excuse me.
So that's a tough one to react to. Okay, so you're not sold on it now. PLD Projects, Cornetto Trilogy, Princess Bride. You guys have seen Princess Bride?
No.
Winston? You've never seen Princess Bride?
No.
Oh my God.
You're so lucky.
Oh my God. Okay.
I have seen the Cornetto trilogy. You're talking about Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the
Winston's never seen Major League. Winston, we watched Major League with me also. He's never seen that. That's great. Tala Barless, Andor before Rogue One for Sam, right? Yeah, I'm not doing Andor. It's first of all, there's only a few episodes that pulled anything from when I was doing reactions to them in the first place. I can have Sam watch Andor maybe if she want, but if she's like, say, hey, you want to watch this leading up to this first movie? But no, I'm not going to have her watch the TV show. It's going to take too much time. We'll be here until 2087. Kyle Bridger, Enemy Mine is great, but it costs $48 million in 85, which is wild for that movie. Almost 150. Yeah, it's a lot, and it didn't do very well. But I remember I saw that in the theater. Gregory Dot, Midnight Madness, Campy's 80s young Michael J. Fox. I kind of remember that. I think was that the one with Nancy McKeon? Was she in that too? I don't remember. Armada. How about a 3 people reaction? Also Fincher films. I'll tell you right now. You want my honest answer? Why we're not doing a 3 people reaction? Budget.
Yeah.
Too expensive. Evil John Madden. Have you two seen Krull? If not, please do a reaction. I just don't know if that's going to pull Evil John Madden. Vincent Zawada, 12 Angry Men, Old Boy decision. The original Old Boy might be a good one to do. I'm assuming neither one of you guys have seen the original Old Boy.
I've seen Old Boy.
Oh, you have, Chris?
I haven't seen it, but my brother spoiled it.
Oh, so that doesn't help.
No.
Torino Johnson, show Sam Crew, Bowfinger,
Oh, great.
Major Pain. Chris, looking good, lady. Keep doing what you're doing.
Major Pain. Oh my God, I love Major Pain so
Major
much.
Pain's great.
A good one.
Let me show you a trick to get your mind out that pain.
You know that Steph's never seen Airplane.
I haven't
So
either.
fun.
You've never seen Airplane either? Oh my God, I don't know what to. You both.
But I'm just giving you an endless well. Like that's the thing.
I know, but both
Also,
you and Steph are like 80s gold.
Yeah. Yes. The most of the 80s stuff you probably got wide open on me.
Yeah.
Would you do Bubba Hotep? That movie's so
would,
weird.
Would it do well though? I don't even know.
I don't know if it would, but it's so goddamn funny.
The problem with the thing is now there's a positive and negative with having a full team now. I've got you, I've got Winston, I've got Steph, I've got Ming, I have Tina, I have Sam. We have a full team, which is great. We're going to have constant reactions and movies and people love are going to be going on the channel. The problem is if they don't perform at a certain level, I got to pay the editor and I got to pay the person with me. So if it doesn't hit a specific number, I lose money, right? So, and that is going to be, then that means if we keep losing money, that means less reactions. But, then you get something like right now, I figured Dark Knight is doing well on the channel right now. Like I go and I look and I see how it's doing. And right now it's been up since this morning and it's already at almost 11,000 views. So that's good,
Real quick, because I saw somebody say, so is Winston just not a movie guy? It's not that. Think of it this way. I was born in 87. My parents were not into movies at all. Right. So if it wasn't kind of like a kid's movie or something like that until about 98. Once you hit 98 on, I've seen a vast majority of like a lot of shit. But anything before that can be very hit or miss, and especially 80s before.
Seattle KO. Belly had Nas, DMX, and Method Man in it. Really good. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one. Not sure. Sorry, keep going back. Now everyone's suggesting movies. We're going to be here for a bit. We're at 137. Renetta W. Give me a line from an old TV commercial. I'll go first. My baloney has a first name. It's OSCAR. It's OSCAR, right? OSCAR. Just show my age. I just showed my age with you.
Sock 'em boppers, sock 'em boppers.
RoboCop 2. Oh yeah, how about Winston? I know hasn't seen Total Recall. We talked
about
Last
Action Hero, but I have seen the RoboCops.
Okay, Winston and I are going. You haven't seen RoboCops, Chris?
I've seen the first RoboCop.
All right, so because Winston and I are going to go through a full Arnold watch. I don't think he's seen the majority of Arnold's movies, except Terminator, right? Terminator 1. Winston?
Oh, I've seen the first 2 Terminators.
Right. Bulldog, Flash Gordon, best use of a Queen song. You ever seen the original Flash Gordon?
Yes.
No? Okay.
I know the references, but I've never seen it.
Okay. Shia LaBeouf Transformer movies. Loved them as a kid, says Mad Dog.
They were fine. I enjoyed it as a kid, and then rewatching, I'm like,
yeah, I never loved them in the first place. Mr. I Crap and Shits, Kris Carr, Batteries Not Included. It's a good one. No one's going to watch that one. I love that movie. Yeah, I think you'd love it if you haven't seen it. It's a good one. No one would check that out, I don't think. Ozymandias 420, Dogma. That's
I love
so
good. So much.
I don't think Sam has seen a lot of the Kevin Smith movies, so Sam might be Kevin Smith. I'm seeing it in 4D. So we might have to do Kevin Smith. What I'd love to do is get Sam on board with Kevin Smith movies and then put a call into Kevin to have him like randomly pop into the video when she's not expecting it.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great. Yeah. Dingus McNally, warfare is slow for the first 30 to 45 minutes, setting up characters. Right at the halfway point, something shocking happens, and the movie locks you in. Okay. I'm interested in seeing it. I have been. Renetta, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. Steph's gonna watch that one. Steph's never seen it.
Good movie.
Yeah, Steph has never seen any of the John Hughes movies except Uncle Buck. She missed like she saw Uncle Buck and Planes, Trains. She hasn't seen anything else. Yeah. Haskell 420, the toy with prior Gleason. I would love to, but apparently it's a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't mean anything.
What?
I love that movie. It is way better than 3%. This is a great one. Have you guys ever seen Dark Man?
I don't think so.
With Liam Neeson? Yeah.
Okay, Dark Man. Give me the fucking elephant. Winston. It's a good one. Dark Man's a good one. That's Sam Raimi. Okay, wow, we're still going, guys. Paul Hitchcock, Last Boy Scout, we already talked about. Oh no, we didn't. Last Boy Scout was Steph. You guys ever see that one?
I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, neither. Wow, this is what I love in my team. They haven't seen shit.
That's why you chose this. 100%. Easy targets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Rafts UK Raft, and thank you guys for cheering me up. My brother passed away. I'm so sorry. You guys
man,
I'm very sorry. I've unfortunately been there. It's the worst club in the world to be in. And my heart goes out to you and your family. I'm so sorry that
I didn't love that way, man.
Yeah. This I'm going to see. If someone says that they haven't seen it, we will be watching this. 1986 Transformers.
I know I should have, but I haven't.
What have you haven't? Oh my god, I don't know who to choose. I don't know who to choose. That's so good. Bobby Jackson. I love Midnight Madness.
Take Chris, because I know like the kind of twist in Act 3 and all that stuff.
Of the 86 movie? Okay. Bobby Jackson. I love Midnight Madness. Always wish they remade it with someone like Seth Rogen or the actors who played the rival crews from Anchorman. Well, here's a question, Winston. Did you ever see Transformers 1?
No.
The one that just came out.
The one with Shia LaBeouf?
No. Transformers 1.
No, the one where we shit on the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I never saw it.
It's good. You know what? I was going to say.
Good.
I was going to say we should do a reaction, but I realized I did one with Tina already on that one. Bobby Jackson. I love Midnight Madness. Always wish they remade it with someone like Seth Rogen or the actors who play the rival crews from Anchorman. I haven't seen it in so long I don't remember it. But interesting. Mad Dog. This is one good one. Full Metal Jacket.
No.
Wow. Chris.
The only one I've seen is Black Hawk Down of that 3.
Okay, Full Metal Jacket is a good one. So Chris and Winston have not seen that one.
I've seen Black Hawk Down and I've seen Apocalypse Now.
Okay. Winston has not seen Black Hawk. You did.
I have seen The only one I've seen is Black Hawk. I haven't seen the other
Apocalypse. Okay. Godfather movies?
The first 2. Everybody told me to stay away from 3, so I just never finished.
Okay. I don't think you need to stay away. I mean, I always say you should always finish the trilogy, but okay. Jeff Howerton, South Park movie. We're doing that with Ming. Ming's never seen South Park the movie. Lord of the Rings episode with Sam. Oh, the South Park Lord of the Rings episode. I see what you're saying. I see. So
that is a funny one. So was the World of Warcraft episode.
Haskell, Christian's not booking reactions through 2026. Somebody said yesterday, they were like, "Oh, you got to slow down with these IPs, these movies. You're gonna run out soon." I'm like, "Have you heard no one's seen anything like?" And because what's great is that Sam and Ming and Tina have seen all of those movies from the 80s and 90s. They've seen that was before they had kids and everything too. They'd seen them. They haven't seen a lot of the newer stuff and stuff that landed in from when their kids were born in like the late mid 90s, late 90s, mid 2000s, So it's where it's the opposite for you guys. Mr. I Crap and Shit's 80s Dune. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I was gonna say, because like mine, just looking at this, because I started my own personal list a while ago and I sent it to Christian, but mine just off rip, and I started with like Steven Spielberg and Arnold stuff. I'm looking at 352 movies here.
Jaws. I don't know if I want to start, Winston, with Jaws, or not start, but continue with Jaws, or the Arnold movies or the Van Damme movies. I don't know.
I mean, just for the audience. I mean, look, we're eventually probably going to do the Rambo movies. I've only seen one and a half of the Rockies, so we're going to do those.
I know. I got lucky with that, by the way. So I have to screen capture, the movies in order to, put them in there, and so I'll let Amazon will just kind of run. And when I did Back to the Future 3, it just happened to capture like 4 Rocky movies also.
Oh, wow.
So it was great. Yeah. Go Pal. Also Clerks 2 with Chris. Well, I'm gonna do the Kevin Smith series, I think, with Sam. Casey Grant, got to do all James Cameron movies he doesn't miss. I feel like everybody's seen them. Most people.
What? I haven't. I mean, I wrote a couple down. I haven't seen the Abyss.
Avatar movies. Sam hasn't seen Avatar. She doesn't remember seeing Avatar 1. She thinks she saw it, and she definitely didn't see 2. That might be.
I can tell you because it's only a couple. Cameron. Whoops. So True Lies and The Abyss. Those are the only 2 of his I haven't seen.
Okay, that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's the Arnold, and that's the Arnold. Mr. I. Cravenches for the win. Debbie does Disney. I'm out. Have a great win. They crushed me. 148. Kris Carr getting her second victory here.
Yay!
And her first on Capes and Cowls. Capes and Cowls comes back to win one. First with Brandon. Indeed. So there they go, guys. Lots of great suggestions here for movies. Hopefully you get the crew doing that. So starting with Kris Carr. Kris, let them know one more shot real quick. Where can they find you?
Oh, if you're looking for me, you can find me at Instagram at It's Kris Carr. You can go to Two Filthy Casuals Pod, wherever you get your podcasts. We have stuff out today, so go to Apple, Spotify, wherever, or go watch us on YouTube if you want to see our cute little faces. And if you want to learn about voiceover, head to speakfriendstudio.com, my Lord of the Rings themed voiceover studio.
Winston.
At the Swaggy Blurred, you see it right down there. YouTube, Twitch, across all social platforms. Spill the Tequila on Tuesday. Blurred's in the Hood on Wednesday. Blurred Breakdown on Monday. Also, The Last Dragon on Monday. And back here next Friday.
One more here, and this is Michael. Source Code, Dread, and Moon.
Source Code, yes. Moon,
Source
yes.
Code, no.
Dread, no.
Oh, Dread's a great one. Dread's
I haven't seen Source or Moon.
Okay, so you haven't seen those. I put them on the list. So we'll see. All right. Again, apologies for the old logo here. We'll do it soon. The new intro rather. But here, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you go Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found, Clips channel, all that and more. Please go and check out the Dark Knight reaction I did with Sam, and please hype it. Basically, what you do is you click like at the end. It's going to say, "Hey, you want to hype it?" It allows us, it gets us into it. It basically is a way to help promote the channel. You guys can do it. It costs you nothing to do. Just hit that button and you build points and it starts to send it into a list. Help us do that. Help us do that today with the Dark Knight. Get it out there. Let people know what we're doing over here. Trying to boost these subs up, trying to boost the numbers up so we can do more reactions like this. And I can afford to do more reactions per week and do all these movies. I can't wait to watch all these with my friends. So thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Adventures of Babysitting, and we'll be doing that one with Steph. So thank you, Renata. That one is on the list already. All right, you guys rule. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.